9 things to tell yourself every day. Jim Rohn, Motivation for Success. Stoicism. What if the secret to success and fulfillment lies in the simple words you tell yourself each day? As Jim Rohn said, affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. But with focus and intention, those words become a guide to a life of purpose, resilience, and growth. Imagine starting each morning by reciting 9 principles that could reshape the way you think, act, and achieve, drawing on both timeless Stoic secrets and modern wisdom. On Stoic in Your Life, we'll explore how these affirmations can become more than just words. They'll be the foundation of your journey toward personal greatness. What do you tell yourself every day? Share your thoughts in the comments and join us as we uncover the power of mindset to transform your life. 9 things to tell yourself every day. Number 1. Live your best life. Living your best life means taking control of the present and recognizing that every moment is a fleeting opportunity to shape your future. Time is the most valuable resource you have, and yet it often slips away unnoticed. Each day you waste in hesitation or inaction is a day you'll never reclaim. As Jim Rohn wisely said, time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. Imagine looking back years from now and regretting the dreams you never pursued because you waited for the perfect moment. Regret is a heavy burden that can haunt your thoughts and limit your future potential. To live your best life, you must become fully aware of your choices and habits, because they are the foundation of success. Each decision you make, no matter how small, shapes the life you're building. Are your daily habits leading you closer to your goals or holding you back? Living fully doesn't require perfection. It's about progress. Every small action you take toward your goals is a victory, and those small victories build momentum over time. The idea of a perfect moment is a comforting myth we tell ourselves to delay action, but in reality, the only moment you have is now. Take that first step today, however small, whether it's prioritizing your health, developing a skill, or nurturing your relationships. These simple actions, when done consistently, can transform your life in profound ways. Consider the story of Emily, a graphic designer who always dreamed of launching her own creative business but felt stuck waiting for the right time. One day she decided to stop waiting. She committed to spending an hour each evening working on her portfolio and reaching out to potential clients. Within a year, she transitioned to a thriving freelance career, all because she took small, consistent steps toward her goal. What could you accomplish if you started today, even in a small way? Another key to living your best life is silencing distractions and breaking free from the trap of comparison. In a world of social media and constant noise, it's easy to measure your progress against others and feel discouraged. But the Stoics remind us that comparison robs us of joy and focus. Marcus Aurelius, a master of Stoic secrets, wrote, "Be content with what you are, and wish not to be something else." Your journey is uniquely yours, and only you can define what best means for your life. Instead of comparing yourself to others, ask yourself, action, and taking action with purpose. Your best life is waiting. What will you do to claim it? How can I improve today? What does success look like for me? The smallest change in perspective can ripple into lasting transformation, so focus on your progress, not perfection, and trust that every effort counts. Living your best life requires responsibility and intentionality. No one else can create happiness or success for you. It's a path you must carve out yourself. This doesn't mean life will be without challenges, but it does mean you have the power to shape your response to those challenges. Taking responsibility for your actions and decisions allows you to turn every ordinary day into an extraordinary opportunity. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." So, stop waiting for someone to hand you the blueprint to success or happiness. You already have the tools you need to design a life filled with purpose and meaning. Living your best life starts now. It's not about grand gestures or perfect conditions. It's about taking small, intentional steps each day to move closer to your vision. Reflect on what matters most to you and commit to consistent progress in those areas. Ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today to improve my life? Share your thoughts and goals in the comments below. We'd love to hear how you plan to seize the present moment and live intentionally. And remember, the Stoic secrets to success lie in focusing on what's within your control, embracing progress over perfia. Number 2, I am the best. Believing I am the best is not about arrogance or putting yourself above others. It's a declaration of self-confidence and a commitment to striving for the best version of yourself every single day. Confidence begins with belief, and without it, the foundation for success crumbles before you even begin. If you don't believe in your potential, why would anyone else? Every great achievement starts with the audacity to think, I can do this. This mindset isn't just motivational fluff. It's a philosophy of action that empowers you to seize opportunities, confront challenges, and step boldly into spaces where others hesitate. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This strength begins with affirming your worth and abilities, not as a comparison to others, but as a daily affirmation of your growth and resilience. Declaring, I am the best each day might feel unnatural at first, but the act is transformative. With repetition, this affirmation rewires your mind to focus on your strengths and aspirations, reminding you that your journey is about exceeding your own limits, not competing with the world. Every day offers a chance to improve, and when you acknowledge your ability to excel, you set a higher standard for yourself. These heightened expectations fuel your drive and inspire action, turning ordinary days into stepping stones toward extraordinary outcomes. Modern Stoicism teaches us that progress lies in the disciplined pursuit of bettering ourselves, not in being distracted by comparisons or external measures of success. By focusing on your strengths and striving for personal excellence, you cultivate an unshakable confidence that allows you to meet life's challenges with poise and determination. Self-doubt and fear are natural companions on the road to achievement, but they don't have to define your journey. Doubt is the mind's way of testing your resolve, and when you counter it with affirmations of greatness, you replace hesitation with clarity and resilience. Declaring, I am the best, chips away at these mental barriers, building a foundation of self-assurance that changes how you carry yourself, approach problems, and interact with others. Confidence is magnetic. It not only influences your actions but also inspires belief in those around you. As Seneca advised, it is not the man who has too little but the man who craves more, who is poor. True wealth lies in self-belief and the courage to rise above your fears, to act decisively and purposefully. Believing in your greatness also means rejecting mediocrity in every aspect of life. When you settle for good enough, you forfeit the chance to unlock your full potential, leaving your capabilities unexplored and your dreams unfulfilled. Striving for excellence isn't about perfection, but about consistently giving your best effort. This principle applies to your career, your relationships, and your personal development. Excellence is not a fixed destination. It's a journey of constant learning, growth, and dedication. Each time you affirm, I am the best, you reinforce your commitment to rise above complacency, challenge yourself, and honor your innate potential. Modern Stoicism reminds us that greatness is a practice, a habit formed through daily discipline and intentional action, guiding us toward a life of purpose and fulfillment. The statement, I am the best, is more than just words. It's a promise to yourself. It's a commitment to honor your strengths, pursue your aspirations with vigor, and rise above self-imposed limitations. Confidence is not granted by the outside world. It is built from within, forged in the fires of persistence and self-belief. Say it to yourself every day, not as a boast, but as a vow to live up to the best you can be. As your belief in yourself grows, so will your actions align with your aspirations, creating opportunities where there once were barriers. The doors to purpose, achievement, and joy swing open for those who dare to believe in their greatness and commit to the journey of becoming their best selves. Number 3. I can do anything. This simple yet profound belief has the power to dismantle the mental barriers that often confine us, most of which are self-imposed and fueled by fear, doubt, or the weight of past failures. To believe that you can do anything is not mere optimism. It is the foundation for action, growth, and success. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This mindset demands that we confront challenges head-on, recognizing that every obstacle is not a dead end, but an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. At the heart of this belief lies the understanding that failure is not a judgment. It is a lesson. History is filled with stories of great individuals who encountered failure and yet persevered. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work," illustrating the transformative power of resilience. When you embrace the idea that you can do anything, you begin to reframe failure as feedback, a stepping stone toward eventual triumph. This mindset liberates you from the fear of trying and allows you to approach challenges with courage and determination, rather than hesitation or self-doubt. Transformation starts with small, consistent steps. Modern Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control. By taking steady, deliberate action, you turn ambition into reality. Whether your goal is mastering a new skill, achieving career growth, or overcoming personal struggles, the principle remains constant. Progress requires effort. Waiting for perfect conditions or the right moment only delays your growth. Begin where you are, with what you have, trusting that the path will unfold as you move forward. Believing I can do anything also instills resilience. Life's unpredictability guarantees that we will face setbacks, but those who thrive are the ones who refuse to surrender. They adapt to changing circumstances, draw strength from adversity, and persist until their goals are achieved. This resilience isn't a natural gift, but a cultivated skill rooted in the belief that no challenge is insurmountable. Seneca encapsulated this spirit when he wrote, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." The act of daring, of persisting in the face of uncertainty, is what ultimately separates those who succeed from those who falter. Furthermore, adopting this belief fosters a growth mindset, the understanding that your abilities are not fixed, but can be developed through effort and learning. This principle is particularly relevant in our modern world, where adaptability and lifelong learning are key to thriving. Modern Stoicism reminds us that the power to grow lies in how we respond to challenges. When you choose to see yourself not as static but as ever-evolving, you unlock a world of possibilities. Instead of being constrained by what you don't know, you begin to see every limitation as a chance to expand your potential. As the Roman poet Virgil wisely noted, "They are able because they think they are able." In practical terms, this belief can serve as your daily mantra, a source of strength and guidance. Repeating, "I can do anything," is not about arrogance, but about aligning your thoughts with your potential. When difficulties arise, let these words echo in your mind, reminding you of your inherent capability to overcome. This mindset transforms not only how you see yourself, but also how you interact with the world, empowering you to seize life's infinite opportunities with courage and conviction. Modern Stoicism teaches us to embrace this philosophy, grounding it in actions and reflections that align with our values and aspirations. Success is not a sudden event, but the result of consistent effort, resilience, and a belief in your ability to grow and adapt. With the mantra, "I can do anything," as your compass, you can navigate the uncertainties of life with a steady hand, transforming challenges into stepping stones and possibilities into achievements. Let this belief guide you, for in believing you can do anything, you unlock the strength to do exactly that. Number 4, My future is bright. Believing that your future is bright is one of the most empowering and transformative thoughts you can hold. It shifts your focus away from the weight of past mistakes and missed opportunities and directs it toward the infinite possibilities ahead. So often people allow themselves to be defined by their past, replaying failures in their minds and letting those memories limit their future. But your past is just a chapter in your story, not the final act. Your future is determined by the actions and mindset you choose today. Jim Rohn captured this idea perfectly when he said, "Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change." Every single day is an opportunity to write a new page of your story. So why not start with hope, optimism, and action? When you tell yourself, "My future is bright," you set a tone of positivity and determination, one that can carry you through life's toughest challenges. Like the sun shining behind clouds, brighter days are always waiting. They may not always be visible, but they are always there. Take the story of Leah, a young professional who felt stuck in her career after a failed startup left her financially drained and emotionally discouraged. For months, she replayed her mistakes and convinced herself she wasn't cut out for success. But one day, she realized her mindset was keeping her in the same place. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, she started affirming, "My future is bright," every morning, and backed up that belief with action. She signed up for a business course, reconnected with mentors, and launched a smaller, more focused project aligned with her skills. Within 2 years, Leah transformed her life and found success she never thought possible. Her story reminds us that believing in a bright future is about more than just hope. It's about taking deliberate, intentional steps to create it. Think about your own life. What's one small action you could take today to move closer to the future you want? A bright future begins with clarity and purpose. It's not enough to simply hope for better days. You need to define what better means for you. Take the time to reflect on what truly matters to you. Is it advancing in your career, deepening relationships, growing as a person? Once you have a clear vision, break your goals into actionable steps. These steps don't have to be huge. In fact, small, consistent actions often have the biggest impact. For example, committing to spending 30 minutes a day learning a new skill or spending time focusing on your health can build momentum over time. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." When you act with intention, you prepare yourself to seize the opportunities that come your way and make your vision a reality. But even with clarity and action, setbacks will come, and resilience is what will carry you through. Challenges are inevitable, but they are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones. Every obstacle you face has the potential to teach you something valuable and prepare you for greater success ahead. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it as part of the process. The Stoics taught us that our perception shapes our reality. When setbacks come, remind yourself that they are temporary. Focus on the possibilities and not the obstacles. What challenges are you facing right now, and how could they be shaping you for a brighter tomorrow? Gratitude is another cornerstone of building a bright future. When you practice gratitude daily, you shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance. Instead of focusing on what you lack, you begin to recognize the many blessings already in your life. This creates a positive cycle. Gratitude fosters optimism, which fuels action, and action creates opportunities. Imagine starting each day by repeating the affirmation, "My future is bright," and pairing it with a reflection on 3 things you're grateful for. This small habit can have a profound effect on your mindset and your actions. Over time, you'll notice that this positivity influences how you approach challenges, interact with others, and make decisions. Living with the belief that your future is bright doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending that life is easy. It means choosing to see possibilities even in the face of difficulty. It's about taking ownership of your actions, staying resilient in the face of setbacks, and being intentional about your goals. Success doesn't come from waiting for the perfect conditions. It comes from creating the conditions you need through consistent effort. Remember, as Jim Rohn said, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow, and every small step forward brings you closer to the life you desire. Your future is as bright as you choose to make it. With the right mindset, clear goals, and daily actions, you can create a life filled with growth, happiness, and success. Start today by affirming, "My future is bright," and take one intentional step toward your dreams. Share in the comments below one thing you're doing to create a brighter future. We'd love to hear how you're taking control of your journey. Remember, the power to shape your destiny lies within you, and brighter days are ahead for those who believe and act with purpose. Together, let's embrace the timeless wisdom of Stoic secrets and take charge of our futures, one step at a time. Number 5. I am getting better each day. The journey to success is not about attaining perfection, but embracing the continuous process of growth, and the affirmation, "I am getting better each day," is a powerful reminder of this truth. This statement is more than just a phrase. It is a mindset, encouraging you to focus on progress rather than perfection, no matter how small the steps may seem. This perspective aligns with the essence of modern Stoicism, reminding us that growth begins with daily effort and a commitment to self-improvement. Every day offers a fresh opportunity to learn, evolve, and move closer to your aspirations. Progress requires consistent effort, and stagnation is the enemy of growth. It's tempting to grow complacent, thinking that past achievements are enough, but the reality is that if you're not improving, you're falling behind. The world is in constant motion, and adapting to its changes is essential for staying relevant and resilient. By committing to daily improvement, you ensure that you're always moving forward, evolving into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. Modern Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our actions and our attitude, rather than being distracted by external circumstances, ensuring that we stay grounded and purposeful, even amidst life's uncertainties. One of the most powerful tools for getting better each day is learning to embrace challenges. Setbacks and difficulties are not indications of failure, but valuable opportunities to grow. Each obstacle presents a lesson, and by asking yourself, "What can I learn from this?" you transform adversity into a stepping stone toward success. Seneca wisely observed, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." When you view challenges through this lens, you cultivate resilience and a mindset that welcomes growth rather than shying away from discomfort. This perspective allows you to adapt, overcome, and emerge stronger from every experience. Another essential element of improvement is self-awareness. Taking time for honest reflection allows you to assess your strengths and identify areas where you can grow. Ask yourself, what are you doing well? Where can you improve? Modern Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-reflection in fostering a disciplined and intentional life. By pairing this self-assessment with actionable steps, you transform awareness into progress. Set meaningful goals that stretch your abilities and approach them with steady determination. This cycle of reflection and action builds momentum, propelling you closer to your dreams. Building good habits is a cornerstone of daily growth. Small, consistent actions accumulate over time, leading to significant results. Whether it's committing to regular exercise, reading daily, or honing a skill, these small efforts compound, creating a foundation for long-term success. As James Clear explains in Atomic Habits, success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. This reinforces the idea that monumental achievements are the result of purposeful, incremental progress. By focusing on building habits that align with your goals, you set yourself up for sustained improvement over the long run. Equally important is the company you keep. Surrounding yourself with individuals who inspire and challenge you is a powerful motivator for growth. Positive influences, whether they are mentors, peers, or role models, push you to strive for excellence and provide valuable insights along your journey. As Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." By seeking out those who encourage you to be your best self, you create an environment that fosters personal and professional development. Every day, remind yourself, "I am getting better each day." Let this affirmation be a guiding principle that keeps you focused on progress, even when the road seems long. With patience, persistence, and a commitment to growth, you will discover that the smallest efforts, when compounded over time, lead to extraordinary results. Modern Stoicism teaches us that progress is always within reach if we align our mindset and actions with our aspirations. By embracing this truth and committing to daily improvement, you not only move closer to your goals but also become a source of inspiration for others on their own journeys. Keep moving forward, one step at a time, and you'll realize that the journey itself is as rewarding as the destination. Number 6. I will work hard. Hard work forms the foundation of every meaningful accomplishment, a timeless truth reflected in the simple yet profound affirmation, "I will work hard." This commitment is a pledge to exert the effort required to turn aspirations into reality. While talent and luck may influence success, they pale in comparison to the discipline, perseverance, and resilience that define true achievement. As Seneca once said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity," reminding us that effort is the bridge between potential and results. Embracing this principle means acknowledging that success is earned through relentless dedication, not passive waiting. Working hard begins with clarity of purpose. A clear vision of what you want to achieve provides direction and ensures your efforts are meaningful. Define your goals, then map out a plan to reach them. Without this focus, even the most industrious efforts can feel scattered and unproductive. Once you identify your destination, break it down into smaller, manageable steps and tackle them with determination. Each completed task is a milestone, a reminder that steady progress, no matter how small, leads to substantial results. Marcus Aurelius encapsulated this when he advised, "Don't let your imagination be crushed by life as a whole. Stick with the situation at hand." In other words, focus on the present step with unwavering attention. Discipline is the backbone of hard work, especially on days when motivation falters. Motivation is fleeting, a transient spark that may not always ignite action. Instead, rely on discipline, which is the quiet engine that keeps you moving forward regardless of how you feel. Build habits and routines that support your goals and make them non-negotiable. Setting a schedule and adhering to it transforms work into a ritual, insulating it from distractions and procrastination. As Epictetus advised, first, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. These words remind us that discipline aligns action with intention, making hard work consistent rather than conditional. Sacrifice often accompanies hard work. The pursuit of meaningful goals may demand that you forgo comfort, convenience, or immediate gratification. This might mean working late to meet deadlines, waking early to seize quiet hours for focus, or dedicating weekends to mastering a new skill. The grind, though unglamorous, is the price of progress. Modern Stoicism teaches us to embrace these sacrifices as investments in our future selves. Comfort may feel appealing in the moment, but it seldom yields the long-term rewards that come from persistent effort. As you push through these moments, remind yourself that the rewards of hard work far outweigh its temporary discomforts. Equally important is the mindset you bring to your work. Approach each task with purpose, recognizing its contribution to your broader goals. Viewing effort as an investment, not a chore, instills a sense of pride and value in the work itself. Celebrate small victories along the way, as they reaffirm your commitment and sustain your momentum. These incremental wins are proof that hard work pays off, creating a positive cycle of effort and reward. As Ralph Waldo Emerson noted, "The reward of a thing well done is to have done it," underscoring that the act of striving itself enriches your character and spirit. Remember that hard work doesn't mean you must go it alone. Collaboration, mentorship, and learning from others amplify your efforts. Seek guidance from those who have succeeded in similar endeavors and embrace the wisdom they offer. Working hard also means working smart, prioritizing tasks that yield the most significant results and leveraging available resources to optimize your efforts. This duality of diligence and strategy ensures your hard work is not only relentless but also effective. Each day affirm to yourself, "I will work hard." This mantra serves as both a declaration and a reminder of your commitment to growth and achievement. While hard work alone cannot guarantee success, its absence guarantees failure. By embracing the grind and persevering through its challenges, you align yourself with the principles of modern Stoicism, finding strength and purpose in the pursuit of your goals. In the end, you'll discover that the journey of hard work transforms not just your circumstances, but also your very self, making the rewards deeply personal and profoundly satisfying. Number 7. No excuses. Excuses are the invisible chains that hold you back from achieving your true potential. But the moment you affirm no excuses, you shatter those chains and take full responsibility for your life. This simple yet powerful mindset shift changes everything, moving you from blaming external circumstances to owning your decisions and actions. As Jim Rohn famously said, "If you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse." Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, "I don't have enough time. I'm too tired," or "I'll start when I'm ready"? These are not excuses. They are justifications for inaction, stemming from fear of discomfort or failure. The truth is, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, but what sets successful people apart is how they choose to use that time. What are you doing with your time? Are you building toward your goals, or are you making excuses that keep you standing still? Take Ryan's story as an example. He spent years saying he didn't have time to pursue his passion for fitness while juggling work and family responsibilities. He blamed his schedule, the lack of nearby gyms, and even his genetics for why he wasn't in shape. One day, he decided to stop making excuses and take ownership of his health. He started working out at home, waking up 30 minutes earlier and watching free workout videos online. Within a year, he had transformed not only his body, but his mindset. Ryan realized that the problem wasn't his circumstances, but his excuses. Like Ryan, what would happen if you stopped focusing on why something couldn't be done and instead started asking yourself how you could do it? Living with a no excuses mindset means acknowledging that challenges are inevitable, but there are also opportunities to grow. Maybe you don't have the resources, skills, or support you think you need right now. Instead of letting those limitations hold you back, get resourceful. Don't know how to start that business? Take an online course or read a book. Don't have the funds? Start small or find creative ways to budget. Feel uncertain? Take action anyway. Clarity comes through doing, not waiting. This approach reflects the wisdom of Stoic secrets. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. When you take ownership of your mindset and decisions, you empower yourself to overcome any obstacle. The no excuses philosophy also requires letting go of the past. Many people cling to their upbringing, past failures, or difficult circumstances as reasons why they can't move forward. While these experiences shape you, they do not define your future. Your choices in this moment are what determine your path. Imagine how much lighter your life could feel if you stopped carrying the weight of past excuses and started embracing the power of now. What would it look like to start fresh, free from the limitations you've placed on yourself? This mindset isn't about being perfect, it's about perseverance. There will be setbacks, days of doubt, and moments when giving up feels easier than pressing on, but excuses amplify those challenges, while persistence neutralizes them. Every time you resist the urge to make an excuse, you build mental strength and resilience. This habit compounds over time, transforming you into someone who faces challenges with determination rather than avoidance. Think of it like a muscle. The more you practice accountability, the stronger your ability to persevere becomes. How can you start flexing that muscle today? Remind yourself every day, no excuses. This affirmation isn't just a phrase, it's a commitment to yourself to live with intention, accountability, and courage. Excuses may feel comforting in the moment, but they rob you of the opportunity to grow and succeed. Choose responsibility instead. By owning your actions and decisions, you'll find that the path to success becomes clearer and more attainable. So, what's one excuse you've been holding on to that you can let go of today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear how you're embracing this mindset to take control of your life. Together, let's uncover the Stoic secrets of resilience and responsibility to create a future free from excuses and full of possibility. Number 8. I was born to do great things. Believing that you were born to do great things ignites a deep sense of purpose and ambition, a fire within that propels you toward extraordinary achievements. This affirmation serves as a powerful reminder that mediocrity is not your destiny. You are not placed in this world merely to survive, but to thrive, to create, and to leave a meaningful mark. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, you have the power to strip away many superfluous troubles located wholly in your judgment, and to possess a large room for yourself, embracing greatness of soul. Modern Stoicism teaches us that recognizing this potential is the first step toward realizing it. By affirming this belief daily, you set the foundation for a life driven by intention and significance, reminding yourself that greatness is not a privilege for the few, but a possibility for all who dare to pursue it. Greatness begins with self-awareness, a deep understanding of your unique strengths, talents, and passions. These are not accidental, but clues to your purpose, those areas where your abilities align with joy and fulfillment. Reflect on what you do best and what truly energizes you, for these insights are the compass guiding you toward your greatest potential. When you align your actions with this purpose, life takes on a richer meaning, and your efforts gain a sense of direction. Modern Stoicism emphasizes this alignment, teaching us to focus on what we can control, our actions, choices, and mindset, rather than being distracted by the noise of external expectations or fleeting achievements. However, greatness does not come without effort. It demands courage and persistence, especially when stepping out of your comfort zone. Fear and self-doubt often creep in, whispering that you're not capable or that your ambitions are too lofty. Reject these voices, for greatness is not about perfection, but about perseverance and resilience. As Seneca wisely said, it is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, it is because we do not dare that they are difficult. The path to greatness is paved with challenges, yet it is in overcoming these obstacles that you uncover your true strength. Each step you take toward your potential, no matter how small or uncertain, reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve remarkable things. This belief also inspires you to think beyond limitations and embrace a vision that transcends the ordinary. Instead of settling for what feels safe or achievable, dare to dream bigger. Greatness is achieved by those who are willing to challenge the status quo, push boundaries, and work tirelessly to transform their aspirations into reality. Let your vision be your guide, yet remain flexible, adjusting your course as you grow and learn along the way. Modern Stoicism teaches us to find strength in adaptability, to let go of rigid expectations, and to embrace the process of growth with humility and perseverance. Moreover, greatness is not confined to personal success. It is about making a meaningful impact on others. The world needs your unique gifts, and true fulfillment comes from using those gifts to uplift and inspire those around you. Whether it is through your work, relationships, or contributions to your community, your efforts have the power to create a ripple effect of positivity. As Jim Rohn famously said, "Success is not what you get, it's what you become." By focusing on helping others, you amplify your own success, and leave a legacy that outlasts your individual achievements. Greatness is not a solitary endeavor, but a shared journey that connects you to something greater than yourself. Every morning, remind yourself, I was born to do great things. This affirmation is not just a declaration of confidence, but a call to action, a promise to honor your potential and to rise above fear and doubt. Greatness is not reserved for the select few. It is accessible to anyone willing to take bold steps and commit to the pursuit of their dreams. Believe in your ability to achieve extraordinary things, take consistent action, and trust in the process of becoming. By doing so, you will transform your life into a living testament to your capacity for greatness, leaving a legacy that inspires others to recognize and pursue their own potential. Let this belief guide you, and watch as your journey unfolds into a story of purpose, impact, and fulfillment. Number 9. People's opinions don't affect me. Caring excessively about what others think is one of the most significant barriers to living a fulfilled and authentic life. When you affirm, people's opinions don't affect me, you take a bold step toward reclaiming control over your thoughts and actions, freeing yourself from the weight of external judgment. This declaration is not about arrogance. It is about empowerment and living in alignment with your values. By doing so, you unlock the ability to focus on what truly matters, your goals, personal happiness, and inner growth, without being held back by the expectations or criticisms of others. Epictetus reminds us, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. A timeless piece of wisdom that underscores the importance of focusing on your response rather than others' opinions. The truth is that opinions are everywhere, and no one is immune to them. Some will be supportive, others indifferent, and many will be critical. What's important to understand is that these opinions often have little to do with you and everything to do with the person expressing them. People's judgments are often reflections of their own insecurities, biases, or limited understanding of your journey. Modern Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control others' thoughts or comments, we have complete authority over how much we let them influence our lives. Why should their perceptions dictate your choices or define your sense of worth? This reminder to center your focus inward is a key to freeing yourself from the shackles of unnecessary worry about others' views. When you stop seeking approval from others, a remarkable sense of clarity and confidence takes its place. You can make decisions based on what truly resonates with your values and goals, rather than being guided by the desire to please everyone around you. This doesn't mean you disregard all feedback. It's important to remain open to constructive criticism that aligns with your objectives. Instead, it's about learning to filter which voices matter and which do not. Feedback that helps you grow and improve is valuable, but opinions rooted in negativity, jealousy, or misunderstanding should be dismissed. Marcus Aurelius said it best, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be one." Focus your energy on living authentically, not on debating your worth with others. Living this way requires resilience, especially when pursuing goals or dreams that deviate from the norm. Society often rewards conformity, and stepping out of line can attract skepticism or criticism. Yet history shows us that success frequently comes to those willing to take the unconventional path, challenge expectations, and remain true to their vision. This is where resilience becomes crucial, not just the ability to endure criticism, but to use it as fuel for progress. Consider every doubt cast upon you as a sign that you're daring to do something meaningful. The Stoic perspective reminds us that obstacles are not barriers but opportunities to grow. As Seneca observed, it is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. Daring to dismiss unwarranted criticism is an act of courage and a step toward realizing your potential. Another essential aspect of this mindset is self-validation. Instead of looking outward for approval or praise, learn to validate yourself. Acknowledge your progress, celebrate your victories, and take pride in your effort. regardless of the opinions surrounding you. This doesn't mean ignoring others completely, but rather developing an internal compass that guides your actions. When you trust your instincts and recognize your own worth, the opinions of others lose their ability to unsettle you. Seneca wisely said, "You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of life." This quote emphasizes the importance of living according to your own principles rather than constantly seeking external affirmation. Repeating the affirmation, "People's opinions don't affect me," daily, is a powerful way to internalize this philosophy. It serves as a reminder that your worth and purpose are not tied to the fleeting thoughts of others. Instead, your life gains meaning through the authenticity of your actions and your commitment to your goals. By focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, choices, and attitude, you build a strong foundation for living a confident and fulfilled life. Modern Stoicism provides invaluable guidance in this regard, offering practical tools to navigate the challenges of external judgment and maintain inner peace. When you release the burden of others' opinions, you free yourself to live with clarity, purpose, and joy. Living by this principle opens the door to a life guided by your values, rather than dictated by the expectations of others. This isn't about disregarding everyone around you, but about discerning which voices truly matter. By prioritizing your inner voice and staying true to your vision, you cultivate a sense of freedom that no external opinion can take away. As you commit to this affirmation, you'll find not only greater confidence, but also a deeper connection to your authentic self. You'll realize that by letting go of the need for approval, you can pursue your dreams wholeheartedly, free from the fear of judgment. This transformation is not just empowering, it's life-changing. Turning words into actions. Number 1. Cultivating a daily mindset. Cultivating a daily mindset is a powerful way to take control of your life and align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your goals. It's about starting each day with intention and focus, setting the tone for success and personal growth. As Jim Rohn famously said, "Either you run the day, or the day runs you." This practice begins the moment you wake up. Take a few moments to reflect on what matters most, and visualize the kind of day you want to create. What challenges might arise? How will you respond to them? By preparing your mind, you create a sense of direction that helps you face the day with clarity and confidence. One of the most effective tools for shaping your mindset is affirmations. These are simple, positive statements that reinforce your beliefs and break down self-doubt. Affirmations like, "I am capable of overcoming challenges," or "I am making progress every day" may seem small, but when spoken with conviction, they help rewire your thinking. To make affirmations even more impactful, pair them with visualization. Picture yourself succeeding in vivid detail. Imagine the pride, joy, or fulfillment you would feel as if it were happening right now. Visualization bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Think about it. How often do we focus on our fears instead of our potential? What would happen if you shifted your focus to what's possible instead of what could go wrong? To amplify the benefits of affirmations, practice gratitude alongside them. Gratitude shifts your perspective from lack to abundance, helping you see the positives in your life even when things aren't perfect. For example, instead of dwelling on setbacks, reflect on the lessons they've taught you, or the resources you already have to move forward. Gratitude fuels optimism, and optimism inspires action. Consider Emily, a teacher who was overwhelmed by the challenges of her job. Each morning she began her day with the affirmation, "I have the skills to make a difference," and paired it with gratitude for her supportive colleagues and her students' progress. This simple practice transformed her outlook, helping her face each day with renewed purpose. What are you grateful for right now? How could pairing that gratitude with affirmations elevate your mindset? Your environment also plays a significant role in cultivating a daily mindset. Surrounding yourself with positivity doesn't mean avoiding challenges, but intentionally choosing influences that uplift and inspire you. This might mean connecting with supportive friends, reading motivational books, or listening to empowering podcasts. The Stoics understood the importance of environment and mindset, emphasizing the need to focus on what's within your control. Marcus Aurelius, a master of Stoic secrets, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By curating an environment that supports your growth, you reinforce your mental resilience and make it easier to stay focused on your goals. At the end of each day, take time to reflect on how well you lived in alignment with your intentions and affirmations. Did you approach the day with the focus and energy you envisioned? Celebrate your wins, no matter how small they might seem. Whether you completed a task, showed kindness, or simply stayed consistent, each victory builds momentum. Reflection also allows you to learn from missteps without judgment. Instead of seeing them as failures, view them as opportunities for growth. This process of celebrating progress and learning from challenges strengthens your commitment to your goals and prepares you for the next day. How could a nightly reflection practice help you stay accountable and motivated? Consistency is the foundation of cultivating a daily mindset. It's not about being perfect every day. It's about showing up for yourself with intention, even when things feel difficult. When you consistently practice affirmations, gratitude, and reflection, you build mental habits that support your long-term success. These small actions compound over time, creating significant change. Imagine where you could be in a year if you started each day with focus, positivity, and purpose. What's stopping you from starting today? The process of cultivating a daily mindset is a journey, not a destination. It's about taking control of the small moments, knowing they add up to something greater. Share your favorite affirmations or the steps you're taking to create a positive mindset in the comments below. We'd love to hear how you're turning intention into action. Together, let's embrace the Stoic secrets of self-discipline and focus to create lives filled with growth, purpose, and fulfillment. Every day is an opportunity to get closer to the life you want. What will you do with yours? Number 2, aligning actions with words. Aligning your actions with your words is a cornerstone of personal integrity and a key to achieving meaningful progress. It's easy to declare intentions or set lofty goals, but the real challenge lies in ensuring your daily actions consistently reflect what you claim to value. Without alignment, words become hollow promises that lead to frustration and stagnation. To begin this process, start by breaking down your ambitions into small, actionable steps that feel achievable. These bite-sized goals help create a clear and realistic path toward success, transforming vague aspirations into structured plans. As Seneca wisely said, well-being is attained by little and little, and nevertheless is no little thing itself. Modern Stoicism reminds us that progress is built incrementally, one purposeful action at a time, and that each small step, when taken with intention, bridges the gap between who you are today and who you aspire to be. In today's world, distractions are plentiful and can easily pull you off course. However, replacing distractions with deliberate actions ensures your time is spent meaningfully, contributing to your growth rather than detracting from it. This requires an honest assessment of your habits and routines. For example, if your goal is self-improvement, create a habit that demonstrates this value, such as spending 20 minutes a day learning a new skill or committing to an exercise routine that strengthens your body and mind. These consistent actions reinforce your affirmations and turn abstract intentions into tangible results. To stay accountable, use tools like a habit tracker or journal to track your progress. Seeing your achievements laid out visually serves as a powerful reminder of your dedication and helps maintain your focus over time. Celebrating milestones, no matter how small, is equally important. It fuels your motivation and underscores how far you've come, making the journey more rewarding. Setbacks are inevitable, but they don't have to derail your progress. In fact, they can be some of your greatest teachers if you're willing to view them as opportunities for growth rather than failures. When challenges arise, take a moment to reflect and ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? This mindset shift transforms obstacles into stepping stones, giving you the perspective needed to navigate adversity with resilience. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Embracing this philosophy allows you to extract lessons from your struggles and emerge stronger and more focused on your path forward. Each setback becomes an opportunity to realign your actions with your values, reinforcing your commitment to your goals, even in the face of difficulty. Another crucial element of aligning actions with words is seeking feedback from trusted mentors or peers. Surround yourself with people who support your ambitions and are unafraid to hold you accountable. Constructive feedback offers valuable insights that help you refine your approach and correct course when necessary. This external perspective can reveal blind spots you may have missed and encourage you to stay consistent in your efforts. Additionally, being part of a community or support network fosters a sense of accountability that keeps you motivated and engaged. Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Choose wisely, and let their influence inspire you to continuously strive for excellence. Aligning your actions with your words requires taking full responsibility for your outcomes, both successes and failures. When you own your choices and their consequences, you empower yourself to adapt, grow, and persist in the face of adversity. This accountability is a hallmark of modern Stoicism, which teaches us to focus on what we can control, our efforts and mindset, rather than external circumstances. By ensuring your actions reflect your affirmations, you create momentum that propels you toward your goals, fostering a life of purpose and integrity. The process of alignment is not about perfection, it's about progress. Each day presents an opportunity to reflect, adjust, and move closer to your aspirations. As you commit to living in alignment with your words, you transform intention into action, building a foundation of trust in yourself and your ability to achieve what you set out to do. Over time, this alignment becomes a habit, and the consistency of your actions strengthens not only your resolve, but also your sense of purpose. Modern Stoicism teaches us that when our actions align with our values, we live authentically and create a life that is not just meaningful but deeply fulfilling. Take this step today, and let your actions speak louder than your words, paving the way for the progress and success you deserve. As we conclude, remember that success is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of choice and action. These 9 affirmations are more than words. They are the foundation for building a life of purpose, resilience, and fulfillment. Starting today, make a commitment to tell yourself these truths daily, and take the actions necessary to align your life with your aspirations. What will you start affirming today? Share your favorite affirmation, or the one that resonates most with you in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more insights and inspiration to help you grow and thrive every single day. Let's take this journey together toward a life of greatness. 9 things to tell yourself every day. Denzel Washington motivation, Stoicism. Let me ask you a question before we jump in. Are you truly ready to unlock your potential? I mean, really ready. Every single day, are you prepared to embrace the mindset of success, to step into your power with confidence and clarity? If you're nodding your head right now, then stay with me, because I've got 9 powerful things you need to tell yourself every day to align your mind, your heart, and your actions. These affirmations aren't just words, they're tools that will sharpen your focus and fuel your drive. So, if you're committed to living with purpose and becoming the best version of yourself, this video is for you. And before you go, I've got one thought-provoking question for you down in the comments. Because here at Stoic in Your Life, we believe your journey matters just as much as ours. Let's grow together. 9 affirmations to say to yourself every day. Number 1. I am the best. When you begin your day with the affirmation, I am the best, you are not simply making a statement of arrogance or pride. You are laying the foundation for greatness. It all starts with belief in your own abilities, as this belief becomes the lens through which you view your potential. Success is not just a series of events. It is a mindset that begins with the recognition that you are capable of achieving great things. As Denzel Washington famously said, I say the most important thing is to be able to take the pressure and to not give up. This speaks to the core of what believing you are the best truly means. It's not about thinking you're superior to others, but knowing that you possess the inner strength and determination to rise above any challenge. Confidence is the cornerstone of achievement, and it can never be overstated how much self-belief influences progress. Once you internalize that you are the best, you unlock the key to continual growth and improvement. Each day, no matter how small your progress, is a victory in itself. In Stoic philosophy, the practice of daily reflection is central to self-improvement, as Marcus Aurelius advised. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. By embracing obstacles as opportunities, you cultivate resilience, turning every setback into a stepping stone. In today's fast-paced world, where challenges can often seem overwhelming, the practice of modern Stoicism teaches us that confidence is not only about achieving greatness, but about navigating life with inner peace and self-assurance, no matter the external circumstances. When you tell yourself, I am the best, you don't just claim the right to succeed. You set the stage for others to believe in themselves as well. Just as your belief in your abilities creates momentum in your own life, it encourages those around you to recognize their own worth and strengths. This ripple effect is a powerful tool for positive influence. Consider how leaders and mentors shape those they work with through their confidence and vision. A confident person not only empowers themselves, but becomes a beacon of inspiration for others. It's essential in both personal and professional settings to recognize that your confidence can inspire collective growth. The Stoic concept of sympathia, or the interconnectedness of all things, emphasizes how our actions and attitudes influence the world around us. Just as one positive thought can create ripples, so too can a negative one, which is why cultivating the belief that you are the best can have transformative effects, not just on your own life but on your community. In modern life, especially in the midst of social comparisons and pressures, it's crucial to remember that the journey to success is not a race against others, but a personal path toward excellence. By affirming, I am the best, you shift the focus from external competition to internal growth. It's an invitation to silence the noise and focus on becoming the best version of yourself, unconcerned with how others perceive you. This mindset is in harmony with modern Stoicism, which teaches that we cannot control the actions or opinions of others, only our responses to them. Life's challenges, whether in work, relationships, or personal goals, will always test your resolve. But by maintaining the belief that you are the best, you stay grounded and focused, allowing you to push forward even when the odds seem against you. This affirmation isn't about perfection, but about progress. Just as in Stoic practice, where we are encouraged to continually work on our virtue and character, the journey toward becoming the best is ongoing. Each day is a chance to improve, to learn, and to evolve. Even on days when progress feels slow or uncertain, remind yourself that every step forward is still a step toward becoming the best version of yourself. Success is not defined by a destination, but by the daily discipline of striving for improvement and embracing challenges with resilience. Number 2, I can do anything. Imagine waking up each day with a feeling that you can conquer anything. This is the power of telling yourself, I can do anything. It's a simple phrase, but its impact is profound. How often do you hold back because you doubt your own abilities or fear what might go wrong? It's easy to feel limited by the challenges you face, but by affirming your limitless potential, You push past those doubts and step into a world of possibility. The truth is, the most successful people aren't those who've never faced fear or failure, but those who dared to take action, even when they weren't sure of the outcome. The journey of growth begins when you acknowledge that every obstacle is an opportunity for you to rise, to learn, and to become stronger. This mindset is what fuels progress. "I can do anything" isn't just a motivational phrase. It's a call to action, a challenge to go beyond your comfort zone, to take risks, and to explore the unknown. Some of the greatest achievements come not from avoiding failure, but from the courage to fail forward. You see, it's not about being fearless. It's about learning to act despite fear. By repeating this affirmation, you train your mind to break free from the chains of self-doubt and recognize that setbacks are not the end, but a part of the process. Imagine how your life could shift if you started to see challenges as stepping stones instead of roadblocks. What could you accomplish if you truly believed that you are capable of anything? Here's a story to bring this to life. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, the inventor of the electric light bulb. Edison failed thousands of times before he found the right filament that worked. Many would have given up after a handful of failures, but Edison was different. He did not view his failures as a reflection of his inability. Instead, he viewed each failure as a lesson. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's belief that he could do anything, despite repeated failures, kept him going. It was this mindset that turned an idea into a world-changing invention. When you face your own challenges, remember that you too are capable of anything. Whether it's taking the first step towards a new goal, launching that project, or confronting your deepest fears, the power to move forward is within you. Embrace the Stoic secrets that teach us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. Your ability to grow doesn't come from perfection. It comes from resilience, from picking yourself up after each fall and continuing the journey. When you tell yourself, "I can do anything," you're opening the door to infinite possibilities. What's holding you back today? What's one thing you've been putting off because you're afraid of failing? Imagine if you removed that fear from the equation. What could you achieve? Keep telling yourself, "I can do anything," and take one small action towards that dream. Step by step, you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. This affirmation isn't just words, it's a mindset that can change your life. As you embrace it, you'll find that the path to your dreams is not as hard to walk as you once thought. So go ahead, take that first step, and know that you have everything inside you to make it happen. You are capable of more than you realize. By embracing the idea that you can do anything, you open yourself up to growth, resilience, and limitless potential. It's not about being fearless or perfect. It's about being bold enough to take action and learn from every experience. Keep this affirmation close to your heart, and remember that no challenge is too great when you believe in your ability to overcome it. This mindset is the key to unlocking your true potential and embracing a life of bold decisions, creative problem-solving, and ultimate success. Number 3. My future is bright. Our past experiences often hold a powerful sway over our present mindset, sometimes keeping us tethered to old fears, regrets, or perceived failures. The weight of past setbacks can cloud our vision, making it difficult to imagine the possibilities that the future holds. However, by affirming "my future is bright," we begin to shift our perspective. Instead of focusing on what has been, we direct our attention to what could be. This affirmation serves as a reminder that the future is not preordained by past mistakes, but is something that we have the power to influence with the choices we make today. Each new day presents an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to improve. Whether it's making better decisions, building new habits, or strengthening our resilience, each action we take lays the foundation for tomorrow's success. In the realm of modern Stoicism, there is a strong focus on the importance of our present actions and the recognition that we alone are responsible for shaping our future. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This applies to the way we approach our future. Our happiness and success depend not on external circumstances, but on how we engage with the world today. The idea of a bright future is not a mere wish or a chance occurrence. It is something that must be intentionally cultivated through deliberate and consistent effort. Think of it as the planting of seeds in a garden. The care and attention we give today will determine the bounty we harvest tomorrow. A bright future doesn't magically appear. It is built from the ground up, brick by brick, through each choice we make and each action we take. This is a key principle of modern Stoicism, which teaches us that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond. By focusing on the present moment and making mindful decisions, we pave the way for a future filled with potential and growth. As you look ahead, remember that challenges are not obstacles but rather stepping stones on the path to greater wisdom and achievement. Life will inevitably present hurdles, but each challenge overcome strengthens our character and equips us with the tools needed to succeed. The Stoics often spoke of adversity as a crucible for personal development. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, put it succinctly when he said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This idea is at the core of understanding that struggles are not signs of a bleak future, but vital experiences that help us grow and evolve. In the face of uncertainty, it's easy to let fear and anxiety take hold. The unknown can be intimidating, and our minds tend to fill in the blanks with worst-case scenarios. But by affirming that your future is bright, you choose to focus on the opportunities that lie ahead, not the obstacles. Fear loses its power when we confront it with the belief that we have the strength to overcome whatever comes our way. The Stoics were masters at accepting the things they could not control while focusing their energy on what they could, namely, their own thoughts and actions. This perspective helps us navigate life with greater calm and clarity, knowing that the future is a canvas waiting to be painted with the brushstrokes of our choices. The future is, in many ways, a reflection of our present mindset. If we believe in the possibility of a bright future, we are more likely to take the necessary steps to create it. It's a cycle. Positive thinking fuels positive action, which in turn leads to positive outcomes. But if we allow ourselves to be bogged down by doubt or the shadows of past failures, we may inadvertently block the very future we desire. Therefore, it's crucial to affirm, day after day, that your future is bright. This simple yet powerful affirmation works like a mental reset, helping to clear the fog of doubt and uncertainty. It's a reminder that you have the agency to craft your own destiny, that your actions today shape the world of tomorrow. Even when things seem bleak, when you encounter setbacks or face difficult decisions, remember that your future is not determined by your past or your current circumstances. It is shaped by the choices you make now. The journey toward a brighter future is not always smooth, but it is always worth pursuing. Each challenge you face is an opportunity for growth, and each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you envision. The great Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Time, once lost, cannot be regained. The present moment is where you have the power to make the most impact, so use it wisely. As you reflect on your life and the future that awaits you, remember that the possibilities are endless. Your future is a blank page, and you are the author of your story. By affirming that your future is bright, you not only open your mind to the potential that lies ahead, but also give yourself the permission to pursue it with conviction. Life will always have its challenges, but with the Stoic mindset, you will learn to view them as opportunities rather than obstacles. Keep moving forward with optimism, focus, and belief in your ability to shape your future. By living with intention today, you are creating the foundation for a brighter tomorrow. Number 4. I am getting better every day. When you tell yourself, I am getting better every day, you are embracing the essence of growth, which is an ongoing, gradual process. Improvement isn't something that happens overnight, nor is it achieved through dramatic leaps. It's built through the accumulation of small, consistent actions taken day by day. This affirmation, I'm getting better every day, reminds you that growth isn't about reaching an end goal immediately, but about taking small steps forward, regardless of how incremental they may seem. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This speaks to the human tendency to worry about perfection, to compare ourselves to others, or to expect immediate results, which can only cause frustration and self-doubt. But real success, according to modern Stoicism, is not about perfection. It's about consistent effort, day in and day out, and finding meaning and value in the process itself. In today's fast-paced world, where instant gratification has become the norm, we often forget that the most lasting successes are those built over time, piece by piece. The true power of this affirmation lies in its ability to reframe our perspective on growth. It teaches you that progress isn't about monumental shifts, but rather about the small, often unnoticed improvements that build up over time. This is the essence of virtue in Stoicism, that through practice, persistence, and continuous effort, we move closer to the ideal state of wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. Much like an athlete who improves their skills through daily practice, or a writer who refines their craft with each page, success comes through regular commitment, not through isolated bursts of effort. The beauty of this affirmation is that it allows you to let go of unrealistic expectations and the need for constant validation. We are often conditioned to measure success by external standards, whether it's financial, social, or material achievements. But real improvement comes from within, and it's about mastering the art of patience. By telling yourself, I am getting better every day, you free yourself from the burden of comparison. You stop looking at where others are in their journeys and instead focus on the path you're creating for yourself. This self-awareness and acceptance of your current stage is an essential element of modern Stoicism. As Epictetus wisely put it, it's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters. In this context, it's not about how fast or slow your progress appears to be in comparison to others. It's about staying committed to your own journey and finding joy in the small victories along the way. Patience and persistence are crucial in the pursuit of improvement. By affirming daily that you are getting better, you remind yourself that success is a process and not a destination. This is liberating, because it allows you to focus on what you can control, your effort. Even when you don't see immediate results, remember that the growth you're seeking is happening beneath the surface. Like planting a seed and nurturing it over time, your efforts will eventually bear fruit, even if you can't always see the changes happening in real time. This Stoic mindset encourages resilience, reminding you that obstacles are not signs of failure, but rather opportunities to refine your abilities. The daily practice of self-improvement, no matter how small, is the key to mastering life, as you build the capacity to adapt, grow, and stay the course. In the modern world, where we're constantly bombarded by images of overnight success and the allure of shortcuts, the idea of getting better every day can feel both challenging and empowering. The key is to change how we view progress. Improvement doesn't need to come with dramatic transformation. Instead, it's the result of continual action, refinement, and the patience to see things through. This is the heart of modern Stoicism, the understanding that the value in life is not found in fleeting achievements, but in the ongoing pursuit of virtue and self-mastery. So no matter where you stand today, remind yourself that each small improvement brings you closer to the person you aspire to be. Don't rush the journey. Let each day bring you the opportunity to grow, and trust that this ongoing process will lead you to a life of greater fulfillment, resilience, and mastery. Number 5. I will work hard. Success is never handed to us. It's something we must earn through unwavering dedication, relentless effort, and the willingness to overcome obstacles. When you say, "I will work hard," you're making a commitment to discipline, persistence, and resilience, the foundation of success. Hard work is the true driver of progress. Talent and luck might open doors, but hard work keeps them open and allows us to thrive. It's tempting to look for shortcuts or quick fixes, but those who achieve lasting success understand the importance of consistent effort. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This Stoic truth reminds us that challenges are not barriers but opportunities for growth. The effort you invest today shapes your tomorrow, creating a foundation for future success. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. The real value lies not in quick wins, but in the steady, consistent effort you put in over time. Think about how a tree grows. It doesn't become fully formed overnight. Its growth is slow, and its roots deepen with each passing day. Similarly, every small effort you make today adds up, even if the results aren't immediately visible. There will be times when the road feels long and your energy wanes, but these are the moments when your commitment to hard work will truly pay off. The Stoics taught us that success comes not from controlling the world around us, but from mastering our own responses. Are you ready to trust the process and embrace the long journey, even when immediate results aren't apparent? Hard work also teaches persistence, not just working harder, but working smarter. It's about learning from mistakes, adapting, and staying focused. Elon Musk is a perfect example of this. His path to success with Tesla and SpaceX wasn't easy. He faced countless failures and skepticism, yet he persisted. His determination and refusal to give up on his goals are a reminder that success often requires enduring the hard times. It's a lesson from the Stoic tradition. Focus on what you can control and keep pushing forward, no matter how many setbacks arise. When things get tough, how do you respond? Do you give up, or do you rise to the challenge and keep moving forward? When you commit to hard work, you begin to take pride in the process itself. Success isn't just about reaching a goal, it's about the effort and dedication you put in every day. The Stoics understood that character is built through consistent effort. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, wrote, "No man was ever wise by chance. Wisdom, strength, and success are earned through intentional effort, not luck." Do you take pride in your daily work, or are you only focused on the outcome? By saying, "I will work hard," you align yourself with the philosophy of modern Stoicism. It's about focusing on what you can control and putting in your best effort each day. Life will always present challenges, but it's through hard work and persistence that you can turn those challenges into stepping stones toward your goals. Success isn't guaranteed, but your chances increase when you commit to consistent effort. Embracing hard work means embracing Stoic principles of resilience, focus, and discipline. Each effort, no matter how small, brings you closer to your vision. The journey, not just the destination, brings fulfillment that shortcuts can never provide. So, what steps can you take today to commit to working hard? What distractions can you remove to stay focused and keep your efforts steady? The key takeaway here is clear. Success is not about talent or luck, but sustained effort. Your future will be shaped by the work you do today. Keep the Stoic secrets close to your heart. Embrace the process, learn from setbacks, and commit to consistent hard work, no matter how long it takes. Success is yours to create through dedication, determination, and the willingness to keep going, no matter what. Number 6, there is no excuse. The moment you affirm, "There is no excuse," you are committing to a life of accountability and self-empowerment. Excuses, often born out of fear or self-doubt, serve as silent barriers to progress, preventing you from reaching your full potential. By taking full responsibility for your actions and their outcomes, you are stepping into a mindset that focuses on solutions rather than problems. Life is full of challenges, many of which are beyond our control. However, as modern Stoicism teaches, we cannot control the external world, but we can always control our reactions to it. As Epictetus famously said, "We are not disturbed by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens." This quote speaks to the core of the affirmation. When you stop making excuses, you empower yourself to take control over how you respond to the inevitable obstacles that arise. Whether it's the loss of a job, a health setback, or a strained relationship, your ability to accept responsibility for your actions and decisions determines how you will move forward. Excuses shift the focus away from personal growth and toward a mentality of victimhood, where external circumstances dictate your success or failure. In contrast, eliminating excuses forces you to confront the reality of your situation and the choices that you can still make to improve it. When you say, "There is no excuse," you are not ignoring the reality of hardship or difficulty. Instead, you are acknowledging that while you cannot control every factor in life, you always have control over your response. This is where the Stoic practice of amor fati, or love of fate, comes into play. It encourages you to embrace everything that comes your way, both the challenges and the triumphs, as opportunities for growth. When you stop making excuses, you free yourself from the weight of blame and regret. This is not about denying the existence of obstacles, but about empowering yourself to move past them. The act of taking ownership over your journey is one of the most powerful things you can do for your own personal growth. The Stoic philosophers understood this deeply, as they believed that one's internal world, the thoughts and beliefs you hold, shapes your external world. By removing excuses, you shift your internal landscape from one of helplessness to one of resilience and determination. In modern life, where it's all too easy to fall into a pattern of blame and deflection, the affirmation, "There is no excuse," serves as a wake-up call. We live in an age where distractions and external pressures are constant, making it easy to justify why things aren't going as planned. Social media, for instance, often presents curated images of success, which can make us feel as though our own struggles are due to our shortcomings rather than natural life challenges. Yet when you let go of excuses, you begin to cultivate a mindset that says, "I am responsible for my actions, and I will continue to move forward, regardless of the circumstances." This approach is central to modern Stoicism, accepting that life is not always fair, that things don't always go as planned, but that we have the power to decide how we respond. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius were not immune to hardship, yet they chose to accept their challenges with grace and fortitude, focusing on the things they could control. As he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This quote highlights that obstacles are not roadblocks. Rather, they are stepping stones that lead to growth. By taking responsibility and eliminating excuses, you are able to shift your perspective on difficulties, viewing them not as barriers, but as catalysts for your own development. Moreover, adopting a no-excuses mentality creates a deep sense of personal responsibility, which is vital for long-term success. It teaches you that setbacks are not reasons to quit, but opportunities to learn. When you stop blaming others, external circumstances, or the past, you place the power squarely in your hands. Success is no longer about luck or timing. It becomes about your ability to adapt, adjust, and persevere. When you take ownership of your situation, you break free from the paralyzing grip of helplessness, which often keeps people stuck in cycles of frustration. Instead, you step into a state of proactive engagement, where you are constantly learning and evolving in the face of adversity. This is the Stoic principle of eudaimonia, or flourishing, a life led by virtue, where growth is achieved through intentional action, despite the difficulties faced along the way. In a world that often encourages us to look outside ourselves for answers, the message of "there is no excuse" serves as a powerful reminder that the key to growth is within. Success doesn't come from waiting for the perfect conditions or blaming circumstances. It comes from embracing responsibility, owning your actions, and working tirelessly toward improvement. This Stoic mindset does not suggest that we deny the reality of hardships, but that we take full ownership of how we face them. By eliminating excuses, We open ourselves up to new possibilities, constantly evolving and moving toward a better version of ourselves. The power to change, to grow, and to succeed is always within us. It's just a matter of removing the mental barriers that excuse our inaction. When you say, "There is no excuse," remember that you are not only taking responsibility for where you are today, but you are also committing to a future where you continue to grow, no matter the obstacles that lie ahead. Number 7. I was born to do great things. You were not put on this earth to settle for mediocrity or an ordinary life. The affirmation, "I was born to do great things," serves as a powerful reminder that you have a unique purpose and an untapped potential within you. This thought challenges the idea of simply going through the motions, living without purpose, or simply meeting basic expectations. Instead, it urges you to strive for excellence, to reach beyond your comfort zone, and to chase after greatness in everything you do. This mindset doesn't just refer to grandiose accomplishments. Greatness is found in the consistent, intentional effort you put into your work, your relationships, and your personal growth. Each one of us carries within us a set of unique talents and abilities, and these qualities, when nurtured, have the power to create extraordinary results. When you affirm that you were born for greatness, you begin to embrace a life where possibilities are endless and challenges become opportunities for growth. It's a perspective that drives you to elevate your actions and decisions, knowing that every step you take in alignment with your purpose brings you closer to realizing your potential. The philosopher Epictetus, a prominent Stoic, reminds us, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This quote emphasizes the importance of clarity in your purpose and the need to take deliberate actions to fulfill it. Modern Stoicism teaches us that it's not enough to passively accept life as it comes. Instead, we must actively shape our destiny with purpose and intention. This affirmation also frees you from the limits of external opinions and comparisons. In a world where societal standards often define success, it can be easy to fall into the trap of feeling small or insignificant. However, by claiming that you were born to do great things, you reject the belief that you are just another face in the crowd. This shift in thinking can be incredibly liberating, as it enables you to pursue your path with the confidence that your life is uniquely your own, with a purpose that is yours to discover and fulfill. In this way, modern Stoicism encourages us to focus inwardly, trusting in our inner virtues and the belief that our true potential lies in how we respond to life's challenges, not in the circumstances we face. It's about finding the courage to confront fear, doubt, and the resistance to change, and instead, embracing the idea that through effort, resilience, and self-discipline, we can shape our own greatness. When you affirm daily that you were born for greatness, you are not simply waiting for some external validation. You are preparing yourself to rise to the occasion, to take bold actions, and to move through the world with a sense of mission. This internal belief will attract opportunities, connections, and experiences that resonate with your true purpose. The world doesn't hand out greatness on a silver platter. It's something we earn through dedication and a clear vision of who we can become. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." By committing to greatness, even in the face of obstacles, you are training yourself to turn challenges into stepping stones toward success. Life's challenges will never disappear, but your response to them can shift, transforming them into opportunities for growth. The beauty of affirming your greatness lies in its ability to help you transcend the limitations you might place on yourself. It's about looking beyond your current circumstances and understanding that you have the power to evolve and create change. Whether it's in your professional career, your personal relationships, or your creative pursuits, greatness isn't about being perfect. It's about consistently showing up with purpose and passion. In the modern world, where distractions and setbacks can easily deter us, keeping this affirmation alive will help you maintain focus on the bigger picture. refusing to settle for anything less than the potential you know is within you. The pursuit of greatness is a lifelong journey, and with each day that you commit to this mindset, you continue to grow into the person you were always meant to be. As you unlock this belief and let it guide your daily actions, you'll find that doors you once thought closed begin to open. In today's fast-paced world, it's all too easy to become consumed by the pressures of comparison and competition. Social media, the constant barrage of news, and the pressure to succeed can make you question whether you truly are destined for greatness. But remember, greatness doesn't mean fame or wealth. It means fulfilling your unique potential. It means becoming the best version of yourself in alignment with your values and contributing meaningfully to the world around you. When you live with this affirmation, you are not bound by the standards set by others. You are free to carve your own path and create your own measure of success. As Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." Every step towards greatness is a step towards overcoming your doubts and fears. And with each step, you find yourself becoming the person you were always meant to be. The affirmation, "I was born to do great things," is a tool of empowerment. It serves as a daily reminder that you hold within you the ability to rise above the ordinary, to aim higher, and to make a meaningful impact. In embracing your purpose, you are not just changing your life, but you are contributing to the world in a way that only you can. And as you do so, remember the wisdom of modern Stoicism, that it is in our ability to choose how we respond to life's obstacles that we discover our true power and unlock the greatness that has always resided within us. Number 8. Other people's opinions don't affect me. In today's world, where social media and external validation often seem to dictate our worth, it can be easy to get caught up in what others think about us. But what if you could free yourself from the weight of others' opinions? What if you could step forward in life without worrying about judgment or criticism? This is the power of telling yourself, "Other people's opinions don't affect me." When you embrace this affirmation, you begin to cultivate a sense of inner strength and independence that allows you to live on your own terms. You're no longer seeking approval or validation from others because you've learned that true self-worth comes from within. This Stoic secret, so beautifully embodied by the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, reminds us that our happiness and sense of purpose should never be determined by the fleeting views of others. Think about it. How often do we find ourselves swayed by someone's opinion or the fear of judgment? Whether it's a critical comment from a colleague or a harsh review of something you've worked hard on, it can feel like the world is suddenly weighing on your shoulders. But in those moments, remind yourself that these judgments are external forces, and they don't define who you are or what you're capable of. Trusting your own values, your own vision, is what gives you the clarity to move forward confidently. Focus on what aligns with your goals and your true self, and ignore the noise of disapproval that only slows your progress. It's not about being indifferent or ignoring feedback that can help you grow. Constructive criticism can be valuable, but rather about building resilience to protect your peace. Take, for instance, the story of a famous entrepreneur who faced constant criticism early in his career. Steve Jobs, when building Apple, often faced harsh judgment from those who didn't understand his vision. Yet, he persisted, choosing to focus on his own belief in what he was creating rather than the opinions of those who doubted him. His story shows that when we stay true to our path, no matter how hard it may seem, we can achieve greatness. As you go through life, ask yourself, how often do you allow the opinions of others to dictate your actions or feelings? When was the last time you made a decision based on what you thought others would approve of? What if you could let go of that pressure and simply trust in your own judgment? The more you practice this mindset, the more you'll realize that your success is not rooted in other people's perceptions of you, but in your own consistent efforts toward your goals. It's about trusting yourself, staying focused on your own growth, and understanding that the only person's approval you need is your own. When you live with this clarity, you're no longer dependent on outside validation. Instead, you can navigate the world with a calm confidence that no opinion can shake. Stoic philosophy teaches us to recognize that we cannot control the thoughts and actions of others, but we can control how we respond to them. The opinions of others may come and go, but your own sense of self-worth and direction will remain constant if you allow it to. So, take a deep breath. Let the criticisms pass you by, and remember, what others think of you is none of your business. Focus on your path, and let the rest of the world fade into the background. The lesson here is clear. Don't let the opinions of others distract you from your true purpose. Build that inner fortress of self-trust, and know that as long as you're true to yourself, you're on the right path. The Stoic secrets of independence and resilience are yours for the taking, but it's up to you to make the choice to live by them every day. Number 9. Life is precious. When you affirm, life is precious, you recognize that time is limited, and each moment offers an opportunity to create meaning, experience growth, and connect with the world. This affirmation is not just a reminder of our mortality, but a call to live intentionally, with clarity and gratitude. Life's fleeting nature demands that we value every passing day. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. In modern Stoicism, this truth is fundamental. Every moment is an opportunity to act purposefully, engage fully in the present, and avoid the traps of procrastination and distraction. Acknowledging the preciousness of life motivates us to live each day with energy, making choices aligned with our deepest values. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to lose sight of the fleeting nature of life. We often get caught in the rush of daily tasks, constantly multitasking and worrying about the future, while the present moment slips away. This is where the Stoic practice of mindfulness comes in. In Stoicism, mindfulness isn't about emptying the mind, but about being grounded in the present and recognizing the value of now. By affirming life is precious, you refocus your attention from external distractions to what truly matters. This mindset encourages you to stop postponing what's important and start living in alignment with your values. As Marcus Aurelius put it, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Recognizing life's brevity fuels you to make better use of your time and prioritize what really matters. Living with purpose is not just a vague notion, it's the act of making deliberate choices that reflect your highest ideals. By affirming that life is precious, you commit to pursuing goals that resonate with your core values, not the expectations of others. The modern world, filled with constant distractions, often pulls us in multiple directions: work, social media, entertainment, all while leading us away from what truly brings fulfillment. However, understanding that life is precious allows us to recalibrate our priorities. It encourages us to focus on what truly matters, nurturing relationships, improving health, and contributing to others' well-being. In modern Stoicism, we understand that while we can't control the external world, we can control how we engage with it and how we direct our energy. One profound aspect of recognizing the preciousness of life is the ability to let go of regrets and distractions. It's easy to dwell on past mistakes or missed opportunities. However, when you realize life is limited, you understand that dwelling on the past is time wasted. As Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." To embody Stoic wisdom means living fully in the moment, acting in accordance with your values. When you appreciate that time is finite, you're less likely to waste it on distractions or negative thoughts. You see that every moment spent focusing on the past or future is a moment taken away from the present. Therefore, this affirmation encourages you to live fully in each moment, savoring life's experiences and being intentional in how you spend your time. In modern life, distractions can prevent us from living meaningfully. Between work, family obligations, social media, and constant demands, it's easy to forget that life is short. However, embracing the idea that life is precious helps us prioritize what really matters. It motivates us to put down our phones, focus on people, and spend time doing what nurtures our soul. It also reminds us that our actions have consequences, not just for ourselves, but for those around us. Living with purpose contributes to a better world, not through grand gestures, but through small, consistent actions that reflect our values. Life is precious not only in the moments we experience, but in how we impact others. Stoic philosophers believe that virtue isn't just a personal pursuit, but a communal one. Practically speaking, the reminder that life is precious should lead us to make decisions that reflect the urgency of living authentically and with integrity. If time is limited, what will you do with it? Who will you become? What will you contribute to the world? This affirmation calls you to take action, whether it's pursuing a dream, repairing a relationship, or appreciating small joys. By making decisions that reflect the preciousness of life, you move closer to living a life that is not just successful by external standards, but meaningful in your own eyes. Life is precious is more than just a statement. It's a call to action, a reminder to live with purpose, gratitude, and intention. By embracing this affirmation, you align yourself with the timeless wisdom of modern Stoicism, which teaches us to accept the finite nature of life and use it to fuel personal growth and contributions to the world. The recognition that life is precious isn't about fearing death, but about living with awareness of how we use our time. Today and every day, let this affirmation guide you toward a life well lived, where each moment counts and where you remain deeply connected to what matters most. Time is what we want most, but what we use worst, as William Penn said, echoing Stoic wisdom. Living with this awareness allows us to unlock the true potential of each day and build a legacy that reflects the value we place on life itself. Principles for success and greatness. Number 1. Set clear goals and commit. Success is not a product of vague intentions or wishful thinking. It requires clear, actionable goals and a deep commitment to achieving them. In today's world, it's easy to say, "I want to be successful," but the real challenge lies in defining what that success actually means. Without clarity, goals can become nebulous, leading to confusion and lack of direction. Success, to be meaningful, must be personalized, whether that's building a thriving business, excelling in your career, or achieving profound personal growth. It's about setting specific, measurable, and time-bound objectives that help you navigate the path to your aspirations. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This is the foundation of modern Stoicism, the belief that knowing your purpose and taking deliberate action toward it is key to a fulfilled life. Once your goals are set, the next crucial step is commitment. Many people fall short of their ambitions, not because the goals are unattainable, but because they lack the discipline to remain steadfast in the pursuit of them. The journey toward success requires focus and the willingness to take consistent action, even when the path is unclear or challenging. Whether it's setting aside time each day for a task that aligns with your vision or developing habits that support your long-term objectives, the process of commitment is what ensures progress. The Stoic mindset teaches us that true freedom and growth come not from external circumstances, but from mastering our own actions and reactions. This is a core tenet of modern Stoicism. By committing to your goals, you gain control over the outcomes of your life. Staying committed to your goals also means remaining resilient in the face of setbacks. Obstacles are inevitable, and the road to success is rarely linear. The key is not avoiding failure, but embracing it as an opportunity to learn and grow. This is why evaluating progress regularly and adjusting your strategies when necessary is essential. The commitment to your goals should not be rigid, but flexible enough to allow for growth, recalibration, and improvement. In modern life, distractions are numerous, and external pressures can make it tempting to abandon your objectives. However, true success lies in the ability to maintain focus on what truly matters, even when distractions threaten to derail your efforts. The Stoics understood that adversity was not to be feared but embraced. As Seneca advised, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. In other words, the trials you face are the very experiences that build your character and prepare you for greater success. To summarize, success and greatness are not products of luck or happenstance, but of deliberate, focused effort. By setting clear goals and committing to them with unwavering discipline, you align yourself with the timeless wisdom of modern Stoicism. Every step you take toward your objectives, no matter how small, is a testament to your resilience and your belief in your ability to shape your destiny. And as you navigate your journey, remember that the true measure of success lies not just in the outcomes you achieve, but in the person you become along the way. Number 2, build habits and stay persistent. Success doesn't come from a single moment of brilliance or a one-time breakthrough. It's the result of consistent effort and habits developed over time. The power of positive habits lies in their ability to shape your daily actions and mindset, helping you stay focused and aligned with your goals. What do you do each day? How do your daily actions influence your future? Success starts with simple, small actions, like getting up early to exercise, journaling, or reading a few pages of a book. These actions may seem small, but when done consistently, they add up to create huge shifts in your life. However, building these habits isn't always easy. There will be days when you feel tired, unmotivated, or distracted, and it may seem like skipping a day won't make a difference. But that's where persistence comes in. Success requires grit, the mental toughness to continue moving forward even when the obstacles seem insurmountable. It's this persistence, the ability to keep going despite the challenges, that separates those who achieve greatness from those who give up. The path to success is not a straight line, and the ability to remain focused when the going gets tough is the foundation of true achievement. But persistence alone isn't enough. You also need adaptability. Life is unpredictable. Unexpected challenges will arise and your plans may need to change. When this happens, you can either let obstacles derail you or adjust your approach without losing sight of your ultimate goal. This flexibility, the ability to pivot and adapt, is one of the Stoic secrets to achieving long-term success. Think about Thomas Edison. He didn't invent the light bulb on his first try. He failed over 1,000 times. But he kept adapting and learning from each failure. It was his persistence combined with his ability to adapt that ultimately led to his success. In your own life, how do you react when things don't go as planned? Do you get discouraged, or do you adjust and keep moving forward? Remember, success rarely follows a straight path. The key is to accept setbacks as part of the journey and adjust without losing sight of your vision. A modern-day example of persistence and habit building is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. From his early days in wrestling to becoming one of the highest-paid actors in Hollywood, his success didn't happen overnight. He wakes up at 4 a.m. every day, works out, and dedicates time to personal development. His success is the result of countless hours of hard work, building the right habits, and staying focused on his goals. The Rock's story is a testament to the power of persistence and steady progress over time. It's not about instant transformation. It's about the long-term commitment to growth, no matter the obstacles. Think about your own habits. What habits are you building in your life? Are they helping you move closer to your goals or holding you back? Building good habits takes time and requires daily commitment. There will be moments when it feels difficult, but the reward comes when you stay persistent and keep pushing forward. Every action you take today shapes your future. The more consistent you are, the more progress you'll make. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Too many people waste time waiting for the perfect moment to begin or give up because results aren't immediate. But success is built over time through consistent effort. It's about showing up even when it's hard, even when you can't see instant results. Along the way, you'll learn to adjust, adapt, and keep moving forward with resilience. Success isn't about getting everything right at once. It's about showing up day after day, building good habits, and staying persistent. Each time you face a setback, you're strengthening your character and your resolve. Those small actions, compounded over time, will lead to significant change. This is the essence of Stoic secrets. It's not about waiting for big wins or looking for shortcuts. It's about committing to the work, trusting that each small step brings you closer to your goal. So, ask yourself, what habits do you need to build today? What small action can you take now to move closer to the life you want? Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now, stay persistent, and be willing to adapt as necessary. This is the path to true success, and it's within your reach if you're willing to put in the work. Greatness isn't just about talent. It's about persistence and adaptability, two of the most important Stoic secrets that will help you overcome any challenges that come your way. Success is yours for the taking, but it requires consistent effort and the courage to keep moving forward no matter what. As we wrap up today's video, remember that the power to transform your life starts with a shift in mindset. The affirmations we've discussed are not just words to say. They are tools that, when applied consistently, will change how you view yourself and the world around you. If you truly want to grow, to achieve happiness, and to live a life of purpose, it's time to put these principles into practice. Every single day. Start now. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Your journey to personal growth begins with the small steps you take today. I challenge you to apply these affirmations in your daily life and watch how your perspective and your future changes for the better. What's one affirmation you're going to focus on this week? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you're using these principles to create positive change in your life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom right here on Stoic in Your Life. Let's grow together. The 12 lies you tell yourself every day. Stoicism. He who deceives himself is easily deceived by others. This ancient truth rings even louder today. Every day you feed yourself lies. Yes, you heard me. Lies that you allow to run like a broken record, making excuses for why you stay stuck, why you let fear control you, or why you think change is impossible. Have you ever told yourself you're not worthy, that you'll never break out of this cycle, or worse, that success is only for the fortunate? Trust me, you're not alone. But here's the hard truth. Those lies are just the walls you've built to shield yourself from reality. In Stoicism, there's no room for deception. You may not have power over external events, but you do have control over how you respond. Today, we're going to break down the 12 lies you keep telling yourself and uncover the truth behind them. Make sure to stick around for the last one. It might just blow your mind. Remember, you're the author of your own life. Will you keep writing the same old story, or are you ready to change the ending? Before we dive in, if these insights resonate with you, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any valuable content. One of these 12 lies could open your eyes to a new perspective on life. Let's dive in. Number 1. I'm not good enough. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. Let's get real for a moment. Every single day there's a voice in your head, quietly but persistently whispering, I'm not good enough. You're not alone in this. That voice, that doubt, is something nearly every man has heard at one time or another, especially when life hasn't gone according to plan. Maybe it was after a failure, a rejection, or even after watching others succeed while you feel stuck. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing you're not enough, that you're somehow missing something essential that others have. But here's the truth, plain and simple. You are enough. The real issue isn't that you lack value. It's that you've allowed this lie to take root in your mind and color the way you see yourself and the world around you. In Stoicism, the belief that external events shape our worth is a fundamental misunderstanding. The Stoics taught that our value comes not from what happens to us, but how we respond. Epictetus, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Think about that. You could fail 100 times, but if your mindset remains strong, if you keep getting back up, you're already miles ahead of the man who never tries. Yet the lie persists because it's comfortable. It allows you to sit in inaction, to avoid the discomfort of change. But here's the thing. Avoiding the discomfort of change only deepens the belief that you're not good enough. Every time you tell yourself this lie, you reinforce it, and over time it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, let's break this down. When you tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," what are you really saying? Are you saying that because you didn't achieve a certain goal you have no value? That because you weren't as successful as someone else, you're not worth anything? If that's the case, then understand this. Success is not a single, final destination. It's a process. And here's the key. Your worth is not tied to your accomplishments, your failures, or the opinions of others. In fact, one of the greatest truths of Stoicism is that your worth is intrinsic. You are born with value, and no external event can add to or take away from that. Man is disturbed not by things, but by the view he takes of them, Epictetus reminded once. So, what if we changed that view? What if, instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," you started to recognize your own inherent value? What if you saw failure not as a reflection of your worth, but as an opportunity for growth? This is where the Stoic mindset can transform your life. The Stoics believed in focusing only on what we can control: our thoughts, our actions, our responses. Everything else is out of our hands. And when you realize that, the weight of the world begins to lift. Modern life makes it all too easy to feel inadequate. We live in a society that constantly bombards us with images of success, wealth, and happiness. Social media, in particular, feeds the lie that everyone else is living a better life than you are. But here's a secret. What you see is not reality. It's a highlight reel. Everyone has struggles, doubts, and failures. They just don't broadcast them. And yet, because you compare your behind the scenes to their highlight reel, you come away feeling like you're not enough. Comparison is the thief of joy, as Theodore Roosevelt once said. And he was right. Every time you compare yourself to others, you rob yourself of the happiness that comes from simply being you. To bring this into your life, start by catching yourself the next time you think, "I'm not good enough." Recognize it for what it is, a lie. Then, replace that thought with a truth. I have value because I exist. I am worthy because I am. It's not easy, but nothing worth doing ever is. Every time you replace a negative thought with a positive truth, you're reshaping your mind, bit by bit, into a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. The Stoics would also advise you to take action. Well-being is realized by small steps, but it is truly no small thing. Zeno of Citium. Action builds confidence. The more you push yourself to act, to challenge that inner voice, the more you'll see that you are indeed enough. You'll begin to notice that the limits you thought existed are nothing but illusions, shadows cast by the lies you've been telling yourself. So let's leave the lies behind. You are good enough. You always were. The question now is, will you act like it? Will you choose to believe in your worth, or will you continue to let the lie control you? The choice is yours, and in the words of Seneca, it is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. Dare to believe in yourself. Dare to see the truth. And dare to live the life you were meant to live. Not one of self-doubt and fear, but one of strength, resilience, and above all, self-respect. Number 2. I'll never change. How often have you caught yourself thinking, "I'll never change"? Maybe it slips into your mind during moments of frustration or disappointment, like when you've tried and failed at something for the 100th time. Or perhaps it sneaks in when you're reflecting on a bad habit you can't seem to break. You've convinced yourself that this is who you are, for better or worse, and that no matter what you do, you're stuck. It feels like a prison, doesn't it? This idea that you can't change has become so deeply ingrained in your mind that it feels like a universal truth. But here's the thing. It's not. That thought, that belief, is nothing but another lie you've told yourself over and over again until it became comfortable. It allows you to stay in your comfort zone, avoiding the hard work of growth and transformation. But comfort zones, as you know, are the enemies of progress. Let's take a step back for a moment and think about how this lie has shaped your life. How many opportunities have you missed because you believed you couldn't change? How many dreams have you left unrealized because you've convinced yourself that change was impossible? It's not just about big things either. Small daily habits are where this lie really creeps in. You tell yourself you'll never be able to stick to that new fitness routine, or that you'll never develop the discipline to wake up early and take control of your day. You've tried before, right? And each time you didn't follow through, you use that as evidence to support the belief that you'll never change. But here's the truth. Failure isn't proof that change is impossible. In fact, failure is just another step on the path to success, as long as you don't let it stop you. The Stoics were big on this idea. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." You see, the key to change isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about how you respond to those challenges. Think about modern life for a second. You see people reinvent themselves all the time, don't you? Celebrities, entrepreneurs, even regular people you know. They go through phases, face setbacks, and somehow come out stronger, better, more refined versions of themselves. Why do you think they can do it, but you can't? The reality is, change is not reserved for the few. It's available to anyone who's willing to put in the effort and face the discomfort of growth. One of the most powerful stories I can think of that speaks to this is the transformation of a man named James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. James wasn't always successful. In fact, he had to rebuild his entire life after a near-fatal injury that left him feeling helpless and broken. But instead of accepting that as his fate, he started small, focusing on tiny changes, incremental improvements, that eventually led him to become one of the foremost experts on habits and personal growth today. He didn't change overnight, but by making consistent, small improvements, he transformed his life. Does this sound like someone who believed they could never change? No. He saw that change is possible for everyone, even in the face of extreme adversity. And if someone can come back from that, what makes you think that you can't change too? Now, let's talk about you. If you've convinced yourself that you'll never change, I want to ask you a question. What are you so afraid of? Is it the fear of failure again? The fear of judgment from others? Or maybe the fear that even if you do change, it won't be enough? Whatever your fear is, acknowledge it. Give it a name, but don't let it rule you. Fear is just another emotion that passes through you, like any other. And guess what? Fear of change is natural. Everyone has it. But the people who grow, the ones who thrive, are the ones who feel the fear and take action anyway. The Stoics believe that we are in control of our choices, and our choices shape who we become. Marcus Aurelius put it best when he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." In other words, your ability to change starts in your mind. It's the moment you decide that you will no longer let this lie, "I'll never change," dictate your life. It's the moment you realize that every small action you take, every time you push through discomfort, brings you closer to the person you want to be. Change is not some monumental shift that happens overnight. It's the little things, the choices you make every day, that compound over time. It's waking up 10 minutes earlier to start your day with intention. It's choosing to make one healthier meal. It's reading one page of a book instead of scrolling through your phone. These small steps lead to big transformations. So, What will you do with this truth? Will you continue to believe the lie that you'll never change? Or will you take control of your mind, your habits, and your life? Change is not easy, but it's always possible. And it's not just possible, it's inevitable if you take the right actions consistently. In the words of Seneca, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. The ending of your old belief that you cannot change marks the beginning of your transformation. The only question is, are you ready to take that step? Because once you do, the possibilities are endless. The key lesson here is this: change is within your reach, and it's not about becoming someone entirely new. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, one small decision at a time. The path to change may be long and difficult, but as long as you're willing to walk it, you'll never be stuck. And that, my friend, is the ultimate power you hold. So, the next time you hear that voice saying, "I'll never change," remember, it's just a lie, and you have the power to rewrite the script of your life. Number 3, success is only for the lucky ones. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Seneca. How many times have you looked at someone who has achieved great things and thought, they're just lucky? It's one of the easiest lies to believe because it absolves you from having to take action or face the reality of hard work. You see someone who has the success, the wealth, the recognition, and deep down, it's easier to convince yourself that they were just in the right place at the right time. But here's the truth: success isn't about luck. Sure, opportunities can appear unexpectedly, but the people who grab them are the ones who've prepared, who've worked tirelessly behind the scenes, and who've built the skills necessary to seize that moment when it arrives. Think about it for a second. If success were truly just luck, then why do so many people who win the lottery go broke just a few years later? Or why do those who inherit wealth often squander it? It's because without preparation, without the mindset and discipline that real success requires, any stroke of luck is fleeting. The reality is that success, in any field or aspect of life, is built on consistency, effort, and learning from failure. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly dedicated yourself to a goal? Not just for a few days or weeks, but relentlessly, day in and day out? And when things got tough, did you push through, or did you give up, telling yourself it wasn't meant to be? This is the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. It's not about some magical stroke of fortune. It's about showing up every single day, even when the results aren't immediate. This is where Stoicism can help. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, said Marcus Aurelius. In other words, you can't control what opportunities come your way, but you can absolutely control your preparation, your mindset, and how you respond when those opportunities arise. Think about the countless stories of people who rose from seemingly impossible circumstances to achieve success. Were they just lucky? Consider someone like Oprah Winfrey, who grew up in extreme poverty and faced significant hardships throughout her early life. Was her incredible success the result of pure luck? Or was it her relentless dedication, her ability to learn from every failure, and her decision to keep going when most would have quit? Oprah didn't rely on luck to build her empire. She created her own opportunities by putting in the work and preparing herself mentally and emotionally for success. So when the right opportunity came along, she was ready. The same goes for people like Elon Musk, who faced massive failures with companies like Tesla and SpaceX but pushed forward regardless. They weren't waiting around for some external force to hand them success on a silver platter. They made it happen through determination, perseverance, and hard work. Now here's a question for you. Do you want to wait around for success to fall into your lap, or do you want to actively create it? Because if you're waiting for luck to carry you to your goals, you're likely going to be waiting a very long time. The Stoics understood that control is an illusion when it comes to external events. However, they emphasized personal responsibility. You may not be able to control every outcome, but you can control your efforts, your thoughts, and how you respond to challenges. And that's where real success comes from. Not from the randomness of luck, but from the intentional actions you take every day. Let's bring this idea into modern life. Social media makes it easy to compare yourself to others. You scroll through Instagram or Facebook and see people flaunting their successes, whether it's a new promotion, a luxury vacation, or a big milestone, and it feels like they must have gotten lucky. But what you don't see are the countless hours they spent working behind the scenes. You don't see the sacrifices they made, the failures they endured, or the sleepless nights they pushed through. What you're witnessing is just the highlight reel, not the full picture. The next time you find yourself thinking that someone else's success is due to luck, remember that they likely put in a tremendous amount of work to get there. And you can too. You just need to stop believing that lie and start focusing on what you can control: your effort, your growth, and your persistence. Seneca wisely said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." So, if you're sitting around waiting for success to knock on your door, ask yourself this: are you prepared? Are you honing your skills, building your resilience, and readying yourself for when the opportunity does come? Or are you using the excuse of luck to avoid doing the hard work? The truth is, most people don't achieve success because they're not willing to put in the effort. They want the result, but not the process. But that's not how life works. If you want the reward, you have to embrace the process, setbacks and all. Every step, even the failures, is part of building the foundation for success. So, let's drop the lie that success is only for the lucky ones. Instead, recognize that success is available to anyone willing to put in the work and consistently show up, even when the odds seem stacked against them. The lesson here is simple. Preparation is key. If you put in the time, if you remain dedicated, success will eventually find you, not because of luck, but because you'll have created the conditions for it to thrive. The road may be long and the journey hard, but if you remain steadfast in your efforts, you'll see that success is not just for the fortunate few. It's for those who commit to the process of growth, learning, and self-improvement. So, the next time you're tempted to think that success is out of your reach, remember that you have the power to create your own opportunities. The only question left is, are you willing to put in the work? Number 4, I have to be perfect. Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue. Zeno of Citium. Let's start with this truth. Perfection is a myth. But how many times have you felt the crushing pressure to be perfect? Maybe it was at work, where you felt like you couldn't make a single mistake, or in your relationships, where you convinced yourself that any flaw would be enough to drive others away. You tell yourself that you have to be perfect in everything you do, and it's exhausting. This lie, "I have to be perfect," has trapped you in a cycle of stress and frustration. It convinces you that if you're not flawless, you're somehow less worthy. But here's the hard truth. Perfection is not only impossible, it's unnecessary. In fact, it's your imperfections and struggles that make you grow, learn, and ultimately succeed. This isn't just about accepting failure as part of the process. It's about understanding that the pursuit of perfection will hold you back far more than any flaw ever could. Think about this in the context of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics never preached perfection. They believed in progress, in growth, and in the idea that human beings are always works in progress. Marcus Aurelius himself said, "Do not be ashamed of needing help. You have a duty to fulfill, just like a soldier on the wall. So what if you are injured and can't climb up without another soldier's help?" This speaks directly to the heart of the lie of perfectionism. The moment you believe you have to do everything on your own, flawlessly, is the moment you trap yourself in a cage of your own making. The Stoics understood that no man is perfect, and that perfection isn't what makes you valuable. It's your effort, your discipline, and your willingness to learn from mistakes that make you truly great. So, why do we still cling to this idea of perfection? In modern life, it's easy to see how the lie persists. Social media bombards us with images of perfect lives, perfect bodies, and perfect careers. It's almost impossible not to feel inadequate when everyone else seems to have it all together. But here's what no one talks about. Those perfect lives you see online? They're curated, they're filtered, they're not real. Just like you, everyone else is struggling with their own imperfections and failures. They just don't show it. The problem with perfectionism is that it keeps you from taking action. You become so focused on getting things exactly right that you end up doing nothing. Perfection is the enemy of progress. As Winston Churchill once said, and it couldn't be truer today, every time you tell yourself you have to be perfect, you're giving yourself an excuse to stay stuck, to not move forward. Because guess what? You'll never reach that imaginary finish line where everything is flawless. Let's dig a little deeper. Have you ever delayed starting something because you weren't sure if you'd do it perfectly? Maybe it was a project at work, a new business idea, or even a personal goal like getting in shape or improving a relationship. You waited, telling yourself you'd begin when the right time came, when you felt more ready, more prepared. But the truth is, that time never comes. There will always be something that feels unfinished or not good enough. And if you let that stop you, you'll never get started at all. Here's a question for you. What would happen if you accepted that you don't have to be perfect to make progress? What if you embraced the fact that mistakes are not only inevitable, but necessary for growth? This brings us to the concept of falling forward. The idea is simple. When you make mistakes, you're not falling backward. You're falling forward, learning with every misstep, getting closer to where you want to be. Failure, in this sense, is a tool for growth, not something to be feared or avoided. The Stoics understood this well. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way, said Marcus Aurelius. In other words, your failures and imperfections are not barriers to success. They are the very path to success. Every time you fail, every time you stumble, you're learning something invaluable. You're getting stronger, wiser, more resilient. In modern life, embracing imperfection is even more important. We live in a world where constant self-improvement is pushed as the ultimate goal. But if you're always chasing perfection, you'll never appreciate the progress you've already made. It's like running a marathon and never feeling satisfaction because you're focused on the last mile, rather than celebrating the fact that you're halfway there. How much energy are you wasting on trying to be flawless, when that same energy could be used to make meaningful progress? Instead of aiming for perfection, aim for consistency. Show up every day, even when it's hard, even when you feel like you're not doing your best. That's where real growth happens. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts, said Churchill. This courage to keep going despite imperfection is what will ultimately lead you to success. The key lesson here is to stop letting the lie of perfectionism hold you back. You don't have to be perfect to be successful, to be loved, or to be happy. What you need is the willingness to take action, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. Perfection is not the goal. Progress is. So the next time you hear that voice in your head telling you that you have to be perfect, remind yourself of this. Perfection is an illusion, and it's your imperfections that make you human, that make you stronger, and that make your success even more meaningful. Now ask yourself, what could you achieve if you stopped trying to be perfect and started focusing on making progress, one imperfect step at a time? Thank you for joining us in today's video. Before we move on, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude. It's truly a pleasure to have you as a member of our Stoic in Your Life community. Feel free to share your thoughts or story in the comments. And if you're not sure what to say, just comment. I am a newbie. If you've recently joined us, or I am Stoic. If you've been part of this journey for a while, your engagement not only reflects your presence, but also inspires us to keep going. All right, Let's continue this journey together, shall we? Number 5. I always have to please others. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Epictetus. How often have you found yourself bending over backward to make others happy, even at the expense of your own well-being? You convince yourself that you must please everyone, that you have to be agreeable, and that making others happy is the only way to avoid conflict or judgment. But here's the thing. That belief, the one that says, "I always have to please others," is a lie that keeps you trapped in a cycle of exhaustion and frustration. Why? Because the truth is, no matter what you do, you'll never be able to please everyone. There will always be someone who finds fault, who isn't satisfied with what you offer, or who simply disagrees with your choices. And by trying to please everyone, you end up losing sight of the most important person in the equation: yourself. In Stoicism, one of the key teachings is that we cannot control how others think or react to us. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Trying to please everyone is an attempt to control the uncontrollable. You're attempting to manipulate how others see you, hoping that by being agreeable or accommodating, you'll avoid their disapproval. But no matter how hard you try, the opinions of others will remain outside your control. What you can control, however, is how you choose to respond to this pressure to please others. You can choose to prioritize your values, your well-being, and your happiness over the impossible task of satisfying everyone else. And believe me, this shift will free you from the weight of constantly worrying about what others think. Let's bring this into modern life. Think about how social media amplifies the pressure to please others. You post a photo, an opinion, or a piece of your life, and you anxiously wait for the likes and comments to roll in. If people approve, you feel good about yourself. If they don't, you start questioning everything. We've all been there, haven't we? But here's the problem. Basing your self-worth on the approval of others is like building a house on quicksand. It's unstable, shifting, and bound to collapse. The Stoics believed that true happiness comes from within, from living according to your own principles, not from seeking validation from the outside world. So why do we keep falling into the trap of people-pleasing? Because on some level we believe that if we can just make others happy, we'll be accepted, loved, or respected. But the reality is that by constantly trying to make others happy, we often end up sacrificing our own sense of self in the process. A great example of this comes from the story of Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple. Jobs was known for being anything but a people pleaser. In fact, his relentless focus on what he believed was right, rather than what would please others, is what led to his incredible success. Jobs wasn't concerned with making everyone like him. He was concerned with staying true to his vision, even if that meant facing criticism or rejection. And in the end, it was his refusal to compromise or please others that led to Apple becoming one of the most innovative companies in the world. So, ask yourself, are you willing to compromise your vision, your values, and your happiness just to make others happy? Or are you ready to take control of your life and stop living in fear of others' opinions? The next time you feel the urge to please someone, pause and ask yourself why. Are you doing it because it aligns with your values, or are you doing it out of fear? Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of being seen as selfish? Remember, the Stoics taught that fear is something we must confront and overcome if we want to live freely. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live, said Marcus Aurelius. If you're constantly living to please others, you're not truly living for yourself. You're letting fear dictate your actions rather than your own inner wisdom. This brings us to the importance of boundaries. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you're being selfish or unkind. It means you're protecting your energy and your mental health. When you set a boundary, you're telling others and yourself that your well-being matters. That doesn't mean you stop caring about others or being considerate of their needs. But it does mean you stop sacrificing your own happiness to meet their demands. Boundaries are a form of self-respect, and the more you practice setting them, the less you'll feel the need to please everyone around you. Think about your own life. How many times have you said yes to something you didn't want to do because you were afraid of disappointing someone? How often have you gone along with something, even though it didn't sit right with you because you wanted to avoid conflict? Every time you do this, you're reinforcing the lie that you have to please others to be accepted. But here's the truth. The people who truly matter in your life will respect you more when you're honest, when you stand up for yourself, and when you live in alignment with your values. It's those who only want you around when you're pleasing them that you need to worry about, because they aren't seeing you for who you really are. They're seeing you as a tool for their own satisfaction. So, what's the lesson here? The next time you catch yourself trying to please someone, stop and ask yourself, am I doing this because it's true to who I am? Or am I doing this because I'm afraid of what they'll think if I don't? The moment you start living for yourself, rather than for the approval of others, is the moment you reclaim your freedom. You don't have to be everything to everyone. In fact, you can't be. But you can be true to yourself, and in doing so, you'll find that the right people will come into your life. Those who respect you for who you are, not for how well you please them. The key message is this: you are not responsible for other people's happiness. You are responsible for your own. Pleasing others might bring temporary peace, but it won't bring lasting happiness. It's time to stop living in fear of disapproval and start living in alignment with your values, your needs, and your truth. The only question left is, are you ready to let go of the need to please others and finally start pleasing yourself? Number 6. I don't have time for myself. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. Socrates. How many times have you caught yourself saying, I don't have time for myself? It's a phrase that slips off the tongue so easily, almost as if it's a badge of honor in today's fast-paced world. Whether it's because of work, family responsibilities, or social obligations, the idea of taking time for yourself seems like a luxury you simply can't afford. But let's pause for a moment and really think about that. Is it true that you don't have time for yourself? Or is this just another lie you tell yourself to avoid confronting the uncomfortable reality that you're not prioritizing your own well-being? The Stoics, who were masters at recognizing and eliminating distractions, believed that time was one of our most valuable resources. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it, said Seneca. And when you tell yourself you don't have time for yourself, what you're really saying is that you're choosing to spend your time on everything else but you. Now, don't get me wrong. Life is demanding. We have jobs, families, and commitments that pull us in a million directions. But the truth is, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. The difference between those who make time for themselves and those who don't isn't about having fewer responsibilities. It's about understanding that taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's necessary. Think about it this way. If you're constantly pouring your energy into work, into others, into tasks that drain you, what's left for you? The answer is simple: burnout. You end up running on empty, and the people you're trying to support, the work you're doing, and the goals you're chasing all suffer as a result. You can't give from an empty cup. So here's a question. What would happen if you made time for yourself, even just a little bit each day? What if, instead of seeing time for yourself as a luxury, you started seeing it as a necessity for your overall well-being? Modern life has a way of glorifying busyness. You wake up, check your phone, answer emails, rush through your morning routine, and dive into the day's demands without even taking a moment to breathe. Before you know it, the day is over, and once again you tell yourself that there just wasn't enough time for you. But here's the reality. There's always time. The Stoics knew this well. Marcus Aurelius, despite being an emperor with endless responsibilities, would take time each morning to reflect, journal, and center himself. He understood that in order to lead others, he first had to take care of his own mind and spirit. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Aurelius wrote, "If the most powerful man in the world could make time for himself, surely you can find a few moments each day to do the same." Let's bring this into today's context. One of the main reasons people say they don't have time for themselves is because they're overwhelmed by technology. Social media, emails, texts, and notifications constantly steal our attention. Have you ever found yourself mindlessly scrolling through your phone, only to realize that hours have passed and you've done nothing for yourself? We live in an age where distraction is always just a click away, and these distractions make it easy to avoid the more meaningful, restorative activities that actually nourish us. So the next time you feel like you don't have time for yourself, ask yourself, how am I really spending my time? Are you truly too busy? Or are you allowing distractions to eat up the time you could be using for yourself? It's also important to recognize that taking time for yourself doesn't have to be a grand gesture. You don't need to block out hours in your day to feel recharged. Start small. It could be as simple as taking 10 minutes in the morning to sit quietly with your thoughts, to reflect on what you're grateful for, or to focus on your breathing. Maybe it's going for a short walk during your lunch break, or reading a few pages of a book before bed. The point is, these small moments add up, and they make a world of difference in how you feel. When you make time for yourself, even in small increments, you're telling yourself that you matter, that your mental and physical health are priorities, not afterthoughts. Think about a time when you carved out time for yourself. Maybe it was a weekend away, a long walk in nature, or even just an hour of uninterrupted quiet time. How did it make you feel? Chances are you felt recharged, more at peace, and more capable of handling whatever life threw at you. That's the power of taking time for yourself. It refuels you. It reminds you that life is more than just tasks and obligations. It's about finding moments of joy, reflection, and personal growth amidst the chaos. So why do we so often deny ourselves this basic necessity? One of the most dangerous aspects of believing you don't have time for yourself is that it slowly erodes your sense of self-worth. You begin to believe that your needs don't matter as much as everyone else's. You tell yourself that as long as your work gets done and others are happy, that's all that counts. But this couldn't be further from the truth. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe, said Marcus Aurelius. You cannot truly live a fulfilling life if you're constantly neglecting yourself. And here's a truth that might surprise you. The more time you give to yourself, the better you'll be at everything else. You'll have more energy, more clarity, and more patience. You'll be more present with the people you care about and more effective in your work. It's not about choosing between taking care of yourself and taking care of others. It's about realizing that the two are deeply connected. So, what's the lesson here? The next time you find yourself saying, "I don't have time for myself," pause and reflect on whether that's really true. Are you truly too busy, or are you just not prioritizing yourself? Because here's the reality. If you don't make time for yourself, no one else will. The world will always demand more from you, but it's up to you to protect your time, your energy, and your well-being. The Stoics understood this, and so should you. Time is a created thing. To say I don't have time is to say I don't want to, said Lao Tzu. It's time to stop making excuses and start making yourself a priority. The only question left is, what will you do with the time you have? Number 7, my problems are unique. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca. How many times have you found yourself thinking, my problems are unique? It's easy to believe that what you're going through is something no one else can truly understand. Maybe it's a career setback, a relationship issue, or even the inner battles you fight with yourself. You might feel isolated, as though your problems are somehow different from those of others. But here's the hard truth. Your problems aren't as unique as you think. This belief, that you alone are dealing with something that no one else could possibly relate to, is a lie. It's a lie that keeps you stuck, disconnected, and distanced from others who could help or offer insight. The Stoics taught us that while the details of our challenges might vary, the human experience is universal. Everyone faces adversity, everyone experiences hardship, and everyone feels the weight of their struggles. Marcus Aurelius said it best. Nothing happens to any man that he is not formed by nature to bear. When you convince yourself that your problems are unique, you set yourself apart from others, cutting off the possibility of connection or learning from shared experiences. You isolate yourself, and in doing so, make your struggles feel heavier than they really are. In reality, though, billions of people have faced challenges similar to yours throughout history. They've dealt with failure, loss, rejection, and uncertainty, just as you are now, and many of them have come out the other side stronger for it. So, what makes you any different? The truth is, you're not. The very fact that you're human means that you will face the same core challenges as others before you, and your ability to overcome them lies in the lessons that history, philosophy, and life can teach you. If your problems were truly unique, then there would be no room for wisdom, no space for shared growth. But because our struggles are part of the human condition, there's a roadmap, a way forward. The Stoics understood this deeply. Epictetus taught, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." Your problems are not meant to be unique. They're meant to show you what you're capable of overcoming. Let's bring this idea into modern life. Think about how we often view our personal struggles through a lens that magnifies them, making them feel overwhelming. Whether it's stress at work, financial burdens, or relationship conflicts, it's easy to think, no one else is dealing with this exact thing. But consider this. How many people in the world are facing similar circumstances right now? Millions of people experience stress from their jobs, worry about their finances, or face challenges in their relationships every single day. Your problems, while deeply personal, are not exclusive to you. This realization doesn't minimize what you're going through, but it offers perspective. And with perspective comes a certain peace. When you realize that others have walked this path before, and that many are walking it right now, you're reminded that you're not alone in your struggle. That realization opens up the possibility of learning from others, whether through advice, shared experiences, or the timeless wisdom found in philosophy. Take, for example, the story of Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor. Frankl endured unimaginable suffering during his time in concentration camps, yet he emerged with a profound understanding of life's meaning. He realized that while he couldn't control his external circumstances, he had control over how he responded to them. He wrote in his book, Man's Search for Meaning, that when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Frankl's problems weren't unique in the sense that others in the camps were also enduring unimaginable hardships, but what set him apart was how he chose to interpret and face those challenges. His story reminds us that it's not the uniqueness of our problems that matters, it's how we choose to deal with them. Now, here's a question for you. How would your outlook change if you stopped viewing your problems as unique, but rather as part of the shared human experience? By shifting your mindset, you open yourself up to solutions and insights that others have discovered before you. You stop feeling like you're the only one in the world struggling, and you start seeing the commonality of human experience. This doesn't mean your problems will magically disappear, but it does mean that you'll find strength in knowing that others have faced similar challenges and come through them. You'll realize that there are resources, whether in the form of wisdom from Stoicism, advice from others, or lessons from history, that can help guide you through even the darkest times. Let's take a modern-day example. Think about the pressures of modern life, juggling a career, personal life, financial responsibilities, and the expectations society places on us. It's easy to believe that your stress is singular, that no one else could possibly understand how overwhelmed you feel. But the reality is, Millions of people are feeling the same pressures. They, too, are struggling to balance work and life, trying to figure out how to manage their time, money, and energy. In these moments, it's essential to remember that you're not alone, and more importantly, that others have found ways to navigate these challenges. The solutions might not always be obvious, but they exist. By acknowledging that your problems aren't unique, you give yourself permission to seek help, to reach out, and to learn from the experience of others. And that's where real growth happens. When you stop thinking that you're isolated and start tapping into the collective wisdom around you. So what's the lesson here? The next time you catch yourself thinking, "My problems are unique," challenge that thought. Remind yourself that you're not the first to face these difficulties and you won't be the last. Instead of seeing your problems as exceptional, see them as opportunities to learn, grow, and connect with the wisdom of others. As Seneca said, "What progress, you ask, have I made? I have begun to be a friend to myself." When you stop isolating yourself and your problems and start becoming a friend to yourself, you open the door to healing, understanding, and growth. Your problems aren't unique, but your strength in overcoming them will be. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by what life throws at you, remember this: you are not alone in your struggles, and you never have to be. Number 8. Happiness is in the future. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Seneca. How often do you find yourself thinking, "I'll be happy when..." Maybe you've convinced yourself that happiness is something that will come after you achieve a certain goal, after you get the promotion, after you buy that house, or after you lose that weight. It's easy to push happiness into the future, isn't it? You tell yourself that once the circumstances of your life are just right, then you'll finally allow yourself to be happy. But here's the hard truth. Happiness is not in the future. It's not something you'll stumble upon after reaching some milestone or crossing some finish line. It's not a reward waiting for you in a distant time or place. The idea that happiness is in the future is a lie. A lie that keeps you from enjoying the life you have right now. The Stoics believed that happiness is a state of mind, not a set of circumstances. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor, said Seneca. If you're constantly waiting for happiness to come later, you'll never experience it in the present. Let's take a step back and think about what this belief does to you. When you believe that happiness is something that exists only in the future, you essentially put your life on hold. You become a prisoner of someday. You're always looking ahead, chasing the next achievement, thinking that it will bring you the contentment you crave. But life doesn't work that way. The more you chase happiness, the more it seems to slip through your fingers. Why? Because happiness isn't a destination, it's a way of being. The Stoics understood this well. They believed that true contentment comes from within, from your ability to appreciate what you have right now, rather than constantly longing for more. He who is not satisfied with a little is satisfied with nothing, said Epicurus. If you're always waiting for happiness to arrive in the future, you'll never feel it in the present. Now think about how this plays out in modern life. We live in a society that constantly encourages us to chase the next big thing. Advertisements, social media, and even the people around us send the message that happiness is just around the corner. If you work hard enough, if you buy this product, if you achieve this goal. But have you ever noticed how fleeting that happiness is when you do reach one of those milestones? You get the promotion, and for a moment you feel accomplished. But then the feeling fades and suddenly you're looking for the next thing. It's like running on a treadmill. No matter how fast you go, you're not getting anywhere. This cycle of chasing future happiness leaves you feeling empty and unfulfilled, because you're not actually living in the moment. The point is, happiness doesn't come from acquiring more, but from wanting less. So what's stopping you from being happy right now? Let me tell you a story about a man who seemed to have everything. We'll call him John. John was successful in his career, well respected, and had a beautiful family. But despite all of his achievements, John always felt like something was missing. He told himself that he would finally be happy when he reached the next level in his career, when he moved into a bigger house, or when his kids were older. He spent years chasing after these future moments, always believing that happiness was just around the corner. But no matter what he achieved, that feeling of contentment never came. One day, John had a conversation with a close friend who asked him, "Why are you always waiting to be happy? What if happiness is something you can choose to feel today?" That simple question shifted John's perspective. He realized that he had been delaying his own happiness, constantly telling himself that it would come later, instead of embracing the present moment. John started practicing gratitude, focusing on the blessings in his life right now, and something amazing happened. He felt happier, more fulfilled, without needing anything more. Now ask yourself, how many times have you delayed your own happiness? How often do you tell yourself that you'll be happy once you've achieved something specific or once your circumstances change? What if, like John, you decided to be happy today, instead of waiting for some future event to bring it to you? The Stoics would remind you that the only time you truly have is the present. The past is gone, the future is uncertain, but the present is where life happens. Marcus Aurelius said, "Confine yourself to the present." When you focus too much on the future, you rob yourself of the joy and peace that exists in this very moment. So why not choose to be happy now, instead of putting it off? In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that more success, more money, or more recognition will make you happy. But think about the people who have everything society says should make them happy. Celebrities, billionaires, people who have reached the pinnacle of success. Many of them are still searching for happiness. Why? Because happiness isn't found in external achievements, it's found in your mindset. The more you practice contentment and gratitude for what you already have, the more happiness you'll experience. As Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." So, what's the lesson here? The next time you find yourself thinking, "I'll be happy when," stop and ask yourself, why can't I be happy now? Happiness isn't waiting for you in some distant future. It's available to you in this moment, if you choose to embrace it. You don't need to achieve more, be more, or have more to feel contentment. You just need to shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have. Practice gratitude, be present, and recognize that happiness isn't something you find, it's something you create. As the Stoics remind us, happiness is not an ideal of reason, but of imagination. The only thing standing between you and happiness is the belief that it's somewhere in the future. Let go of that belief and start living in the present. If you've made it this far, you're truly embracing the path of self-awareness. Drop a comment saying, "I am breaking the lies," to show you're committed to overcoming these limiting beliefs. Stick around because your journey to a stronger, wiser self has just begun. Number 9. I have no control over my life. It's an easy lie to believe when things seem chaotic. Maybe your job feels unpredictable, or your relationships are strained. Maybe it feels like no matter what you do, external forces always win, leaving you powerless and stuck in the same situations over and over again. But here's the truth. The idea that you have no control over your life is just that, a lie. You might not be able to control everything, but the Stoics knew that you always have control over one crucial thing, your mindset. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, reminded us, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In other words, while you can't dictate every external event, you are always in control of your response, your attitude, and ultimately, your perspective on life. So, what does it mean to have control over your life? It doesn't mean you control every single outcome. Life will always be full of unpredictability. Other people's actions, the economy, health issues, or even accidents. These are things you simply cannot manage, no matter how much you try. But where you do have power is in how you respond to these external events. This is the core of Stoic wisdom. The Stoics believed that real power lies in our ability to maintain inner peace, regardless of the chaos swirling around us. When you focus on what you can control, your thoughts, your reactions, your actions, you begin to shift your mindset from helplessness to empowerment. You stop being a victim of circumstance and start taking ownership of your role in how your life unfolds. Let's take a closer look at how this idea plays out in modern life. Have you ever had a day where everything seems to go wrong? Maybe you woke up late, spilled coffee on yourself, got stuck in traffic, and then had a rough day at work. By the end of it, you felt like the universe was conspiring against you. It's easy in these moments to feel like you're powerless, like you have no control over anything. But what if, instead of reacting to each setback with frustration or defeat, you chose to see it differently? Instead of cursing the traffic, you could use that time to listen to an inspiring podcast. Instead of letting a bad day at work ruin your evening, you could go home, take a deep breath, and enjoy time with your family. You might not control the traffic or the way your workday unfolds, but you absolutely control how you respond to these situations. And that's where real control over your life begins, by mastering your reactions. This brings us to an important question. What would your life look like if you focused only on what you could control? Think about how much energy you waste worrying about things that are out of your hands. Whether it's the outcome of a project, someone else's opinion of you, or the state of the world. None of these things are within your control. But what is within your control is how you choose to engage with these things. Are you going to let them drain you, or are you going to focus on the actions you can take to move forward? The Stoics believed that happiness and fulfillment come from aligning your efforts with what's within your power. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In other words, stop worrying about external events and start focusing on how you can respond to them with wisdom and integrity. Let me tell you a story that illustrates this. There was a man named James Stockdale, an American pilot who was shot down and held as a prisoner of war for 7 years in Vietnam. He endured unimaginable suffering, torture, isolation, and deprivation. But Stockdale survived, and not only that, he emerged stronger because of his mindset. He embraced Stoic principles, focusing on what he could control, his attitude, his resilience, and his ability to endure. He couldn't control his captors, he couldn't control the conditions, but he could control how he responded. And that mindset was what allowed him to survive. He famously said, "I never lost faith in the end of the story." Stockdale's story is a powerful reminder that while we may not control our circumstances, we always have control over how we face them. In modern life, the same principle applies. You may not be a prisoner of war, but you might feel trapped by other circumstances. Maybe it's a toxic work environment, financial struggles, or a challenging relationship. It's easy to feel like these things have taken away your control. But just like Stockdale, you can focus on what you can control, how you choose to respond to the challenges in front of you. You can take small steps to change your situation, or if the situation is unchangeable, you can work on changing your mindset. By shifting your focus to what's within your power, you reclaim control over your life. Instead of feeling like life is happening to you, you start to see that you have agency, and that agency is a form of freedom. So, the next time you catch yourself thinking, "I have no control over my life," stop and ask yourself, what can I control at this moment? It could be as simple as choosing to change your attitude, taking a positive action, or reframing how you see a problem. You might not be able to change your circumstances overnight, but you can always control your approach to them. And when you start to master your responses, you'll find that life feels a lot less overwhelming. The Stoics believed that the key to happiness was found not in controlling the external world, but in mastering oneself. As Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not a master of himself." This is where real control lies, not in the external events of your life, but in your ability to navigate them with grace, wisdom, and strength. The lesson here is simple. You may not control every event in your life, but you always control your mind, your actions, and your responses. And in mastering those, you begin to take back control over your life in ways you never thought possible. So what will you choose to control today? Number 10, the past defines who I am. How many times have you found yourself thinking, "The past defines who I am"? It's a common belief, one that feels logical at first glance. After all, your experiences, mistakes, and even successes seem to shape your identity. You might look back at the things you've done, the wrong turns, the missed opportunities, or the painful moments, and think that these define you. But here's the truth. The past does not define who you are. It's easy to get trapped in a narrative where your identity is tied to things that have already happened, but that's a lie. The Stoics understood that, while the past informs us, it doesn't control us. Marcus Aurelius put it beautifully when he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The past is an outside event. It's something that has already occurred, and it's beyond your control. What's within your control is how you choose to perceive and respond to it. Let's break this down. When you believe that the past defines who you are, you hand over your power to events that are already behind you. You carry the weight of old mistakes, regrets, and failures as if they are permanent markers of your character. But the Stoics would remind you that the only thing you can truly control is your present mindset and future actions. The past is static, unchangeable, and finished, but you are dynamic, capable of growth, and ever-changing. So, why let the past dictate your identity when you have the power to redefine yourself every single day? The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." In other words, the past is simply a stepping stone toward who you can become. It doesn't determine your future unless you allow it to. Think about how this belief impacts your daily life. How many opportunities have you passed up because you told yourself, "I've failed before, so I'll fail again"? How many relationships have you damaged or avoided because you convinced yourself that you're not worthy due to past mistakes? This kind of thinking keeps you locked in a cycle of self-doubt and prevents you from growing. But here's the thing. Every day you have the chance to rewrite your story. Every morning you wake up is an opportunity to become someone new. You are not the same person you were 5 years ago, or even 5 minutes ago. Every choice you make in the present defines who you are far more than anything that happened in the past. Now let's apply this to modern life. Think about how much of our identity today is wrapped up in the digital age, social media posts, photos, and public records. It can feel like once something is out there, it's permanent. We live in a time where it seems impossible to escape past mistakes because everything feels so visible and unchangeable. But even in this world of constant digital reminders, the Stoics teach us that we are always more than the sum of our past actions. Your identity is not fixed in time. Just because you've made a mistake, failed at a job, or experienced a painful breakup, doesn't mean that's who you are forever. You have the power to grow beyond it. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." You have to be the master of your thoughts, your choices, and your beliefs, not a prisoner of your past. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. Edison failed thousands of times before he finally succeeded in creating a working light bulb. He could have easily let those failures define him, but instead, he saw them as learning experiences. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison understood that the past didn't define him, it informed him. Each failure was a stepping stone toward success, and it's that mindset that allowed him to push forward. So ask yourself, how would your life change if you viewed your past not as a definition of who you are, but as a guidepost for where you want to go? Another way to think about it is through the lens of self-compassion. We are often our own harshest critics, especially when it comes to our past. You may hold on to regret, thinking, if only I had done things differently, my life would be better. But this way of thinking traps you in a loop of self-judgment and prevents you from moving forward. The Stoics teach us that the past is beyond our control. What matters is how we respond to it and what we do with the lessons it offers. Marcus Aurelius urged us to accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. This applies to your relationship with your past as well. Accept it, learn from it, and move forward with intention and purpose. Let's bring this into your personal life. Maybe you've made mistakes in your career. Maybe you've hurt someone you care about. Or maybe you've missed opportunities that you now regret. It's easy to let those things weigh you down, but ask yourself, is holding on to the past helping you in any way? The answer is likely no. The past cannot be changed, but your future is wide open. Every action you take today is an opportunity to shape who you will become. You are not defined by your past, unless you allow yourself to be. The Stoics would remind you that the only true failure is failing to learn from your experiences. Growth is always possible, and it's your responsibility to embrace it. So what's the lesson here? The next time you catch yourself thinking, the past defines who I am, challenge that thought. Recognize it for what it is, a lie that keeps you stuck. Instead, focus on the present moment and the choices you can make now. As Epictetus said, we should always be asking ourselves, is this something that is or is not in my control? The past is not in your control, but your present and future are. You have the power to redefine who you are starting today. Let go of the belief that your past limits you and embrace the reality that every moment is a new opportunity to create the life you want. You are not your past. You are the sum of your actions, choices, and mindset in this moment. So, what will you choose today? Number 11. Fear is a sign of weakness. He who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive. Seneca. Fear. It's something we've all experienced, yet many of us are ashamed to admit it. You've probably told yourself, fear is a sign of weakness, thinking that the stronger you are, the less fear you should feel. But here's the truth. Fear is not a sign of weakness. It's simply a part of being human, and it's something we all encounter in one way or another. The real weakness lies not in feeling fear, but in letting it control you, letting it stop you from moving forward. The Stoics understood that fear is natural, but they also knew that how we respond to fear is what defines us. It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult, said Seneca. This is a reminder that fear doesn't make you weak. It's how you react to it that matters. So why do we equate fear with weakness? From an early age, we're taught that fear is something to be avoided, that bravery means the absence of fear. In reality, bravery is feeling the fear and taking action anyway. Fear can be a powerful motivator, but it's also one of the biggest obstacles standing in the way of your growth. If you believe that fear equals weakness, you'll avoid situations that push you outside your comfort zone, and in doing so, you limit your potential. Think about it. How many times have you backed away from an opportunity because fear crept in? Maybe it was a chance to speak up at work, to start a new business, or to pursue a relationship. In those moments, fear whispered, "You're not ready," or "You'll fail." But was that fear a weakness, or was it simply a challenge waiting for you to rise to the occasion? Fear, when faced head-on, becomes a tool for growth. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic emperors, faced fear constantly. He ruled during a time of war, plague, and political strife. But he didn't let fear paralyze him. Instead, he used Stoic philosophy to guide him through those uncertain times. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment, wrote Marcus Aurelius. In other words, fear doesn't come from the outside, it comes from within. It's how we perceive challenges that dictates whether we see them as insurmountable obstacles or opportunities to grow. The key is to recognize that fear is not something to be ashamed of, but something to understand and master. Think about modern life for a moment. We live in an age of constant pressure, where fear can manifest in so many ways. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of rejection. Social media amplifies these fears as we constantly compare ourselves to others and worry about how we're perceived. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that fear makes you weak, especially when it seems like everyone else has their life together. But let's be real. No one is immune to fear. Even the most successful people in the world feel it. The difference is that they don't let fear stop them. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear, said Ambrose Redmoon. The real question is, what are you letting fear stop you from achieving? A great example of overcoming fear is in the story of Michael Jordan. Jordan is widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, but even he wasn't immune to fear and failure. He was famously cut from his high school basketball team, and throughout his career he faced moments of doubt and fear of not living up to expectations. But instead of letting that fear define him, he used it as fuel. He once said, "I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Jordan didn't see fear as a weakness, he saw it as a challenge to overcome. It was this mindset that propelled him to greatness. So the next time fear creeps in, ask yourself, what could you achieve if you stopped seeing fear as a sign of weakness and started seeing it as an opportunity to grow stronger? Fear is often a signal that you're standing at the edge of your comfort zone, about to step into the unknown. And it's in that space where fear and uncertainty exist that growth happens. The Stoics would remind you that discomfort and fear are not to be avoided but embraced. They teach us that true strength comes from facing our fears head-on and continuing forward, no matter how daunting the path may seem. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Fear often stems from worrying about things beyond your control. But if you focus on what is within your power, your actions, your mindset, your decisions, you'll find that fear begins to lose its grip on you. Number 12. Life should be easy. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Epicurus. How many times have you caught yourself thinking, life should be easy? Maybe it was after a tough day at work, an argument with a loved one, or even when dealing with life's everyday challenges. It's a comforting lie to tell ourselves, isn't it? That if we just do things right, life will somehow fall into place, and everything will be smooth and effortless. But let's be honest, that's not how life works. The idea that life should be easy is a trap, one that keeps us from truly embracing the reality of the human experience. Life is full of challenges, obstacles, and setbacks, and it's precisely these difficulties that help us grow. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." If you believe that life is supposed to be easy, you'll find yourself constantly frustrated and disappointed when it doesn't turn out that way. Worse yet, you'll miss out on the growth and wisdom that come from facing challenges head-on. The truth is, life is not meant to be easy. It's meant to challenge you, to push you, and to help you become the best version of yourself. Think about it. When has anything worth achieving in your life come without effort? Whether it's a fulfilling career, a meaningful relationship, or personal growth, all of these things require hard work, resilience, and the willingness to face adversity. The Stoics believed that the struggles we encounter in life are not to be avoided, but embraced. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic emperors, wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, the very obstacles we face are what shape us. They are not barriers to our success, but the path to it. Let's break this down. When you believe that life should be easy, you set yourself up for a constant cycle of frustration. Every time you encounter a problem, it feels unfair, like the universe is working against you. But what if, instead of seeing problems as signs that something is wrong, you started viewing them as opportunities for growth? What if the challenges you face are actually stepping stones toward becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient? The Stoics understood that life's hardships are not punishments, but tools for our personal development. "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality," said Seneca, reminding us that much of our suffering comes from our expectations. When you expect life to be easy, every difficulty feels like a failure. But when you accept that challenges are a natural part of life, you start to see them differently. They become opportunities to learn and grow, rather than obstacles to avoid. Think about modern life for a moment. We live in an age of convenience, where everything seems designed to make life easier. Instant access to information, fast food, same-day delivery. But has this ease made us happier, or has it made us more impatient, more frustrated when things don't go our way? The belief that life should be easy has, in many ways, disconnected us from the reality that struggle is part of the human experience. When something goes wrong, a project at work, a disagreement with a friend, or a setback in our personal lives, our first reaction is often one of frustration, as though life owes us ease. But life doesn't owe us anything. What it gives us are opportunities to grow, and those opportunities often come disguised as challenges. Let me tell you a story that illustrates this point. There's a well-known parable about a butterfly struggling to emerge from its cocoon. A man, watching the butterfly's struggle, decides to help by gently cutting the cocoon open. The butterfly, now freed from its struggle, emerges easily, but is unable to fly. What the man didn't realize was that the butterfly needed the struggle to strengthen its wings. Without the challenge of breaking free on its own, the butterfly was left weak and unable to soar. The same is true for us. It's through the struggles in life that we gain the strength and resilience needed to grow. When we avoid challenges or expect life to be easy, we rob ourselves of the opportunity to become stronger. Now let's ask an important question. What if life being hard isn't a bad thing? What if the struggles you face today are actually preparing you for a greater purpose? Think about it. Some of the most rewarding experiences in life come after the hardest battles. Whether it's overcoming a health issue, rebuilding after a financial setback, or working through a difficult relationship, the satisfaction you feel after overcoming these challenges is what makes life meaningful. The Stoics would remind us that life's challenges are not something to fear, but something to embrace. "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how," said Friedrich Nietzsche, and the Stoics would agree. When you have a purpose, when you understand that life's difficulties are shaping you into a better version of yourself, you begin to see them as necessary parts of your journey. So, what's the lesson here? The next time you find yourself thinking, "Life should be easy," challenge that thought. Recognize it for what it is, a lie that keeps you stuck in a mindset of frustration and avoidance. Instead, embrace the truth that life is meant to challenge you, to push you beyond your limits, and to help you grow. The difficulties you face are not there to break you, they are there to build you. Every time you face a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How is this making me stronger? The Stoics would tell you that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, and the sooner you start seeing life's challenges in that light, the more empowered you'll feel. At the end of the day, life is not about avoiding difficulties. It's about facing them with courage, resilience, and a mindset of growth. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Life's challenges are inevitable, but how you respond to them is always within your control. You can either see them as barriers, or you can see them as opportunities to become stronger, wiser, and more capable. The choice is yours. So the next time life feels hard, remember this: it's not supposed to be easy. And that's exactly what makes it meaningful. As we've explored the 12 lies we often tell ourselves, it's clear that these misconceptions can hold us back from living fully. From believing that fear is a weakness to thinking that life should be easy, we've uncovered how Stoic principles can guide us to see the truth and take control of our lives. Remember, life is about growth through challenges, not avoiding them. If you found value in today's video, I encourage you to reflect on these ideas and think about how you can apply them in your daily life for personal growth and happiness. Which of these 12 lies have you told yourself, and how will you work to overcome it? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to A Stoic in Your Life for more insights on how to live with strength and wisdom every day.